And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Las Vegas, New Mexico. It's Sanchez Family Stadium. Jim Brooks along with Joe Cervi, Aaron Kinnischtzke, our producer and engineer today of Thunderwolves football. Pack on the road today to take on the Cowboys in New Mexico Highlands. Thunderwolves have made it back to 500. They're 3-3 on the year. New Mexico Highlands at 2-4. Teams going in opposite directions right now. Thunderwolves on a 2-game winning streak. Cowboys are on a 3-game losing streak. And Joe, the last time Thunderwolves came here, they got ambushed by Highlands.
Yeah, we talk a lot about great wins and bad losses, and been doing this a long time, and the last time we were here might have been the worst loss that I've ever covered in Csu-Pueblo history, not because it's Highlands, no disrespect to this program, but because of how the game unfolded, and the fact that they lost on the road and kind of mailed it in. That was just not a good feeling last time we were here.
Well, the Thunderwolves have really turned it on the last couple of weeks. In particular, starting to run the ball a lot better, Joe, and I think that's kind of taking the pressure off the quarterback, and with the running game better, he's played better.
Well, I think you ask any offensive coach at Csu-Pueblo to get some balance back in there. You don't want anybody throwing the ball 50 times a game. You don't want if they could run it 30 and throw it 30, they'd be really, really happy. Talking to Braley Brown before the game, offensive coordinator said, we just want to find that balance that they've been looking for. Of course, some of the scores have dictated what they've had to do, but you're right. Their running game, we've seen we like to call it the Hydra with 3 heads, but they actually have 4 or 5 heads with this offensive backfield at Csu-Pueblo, and I think Coach Vigil's going to go with the hot hand today, so we'll see who that is.
Mexico Highlands, on the other hand, they've got some issues at quarterback. Their starter, Joey Cave, not in uniform today, at least that we've been able to figure out. We think he's got a concussion and won't be in action, so they'll be down to number 2 and 3 on their depth chart.
Yeah, talking with some of the Highlands people before we went on the air, Joey Cave, they've kind of split some time at running back at quarterback, and he's kind of stepped up to be the guy, but he got pretty dinged up last week, and we have not seen number 2 out there so far, and he wears number 2 for Highlands.
And Highlands last week, tough loss on the road in Spearfish, lost 34-24. The week before that, lost to Adams State 21-14. Before that, to South Dakota Mines 42-7. So those are the 3 losses in this streak. They started off the year decently enough, very competitive against Eastern New Mexico, beat their rival Western New Mexico, beat Fort Lewis, but the last 3 weeks they kind of stumbled.
Again, just a coach in his second year, some new players. Always trying to gain your footing, and then you got the meat of the conference coming up, whereas Csu-Pueblo played Western and Mines, the 2 teams that are ahead of them in the conference standings, and he played them early and he got it out of the way, and now Csu-Pueblo's trying to get past the 500 mark, which they're at right now.
Well, Thunderwolves always they set their sights on making the playoffs at the end of the year, and this year a little bit harder to climb than perhaps last year. Last year, a lot of things had to take place. I remember the last 2 weeks of the season last year, Joe, 8 things had to happen, and all 8 of them did for them to be able to sneak in. They may need 10 or 11 this year to get in.
When the PowerPoints are done and when they do the regional seedings, an 8-3 team with losses to 3 top 20 teams is a pretty good resume, I would think. Plus their perennial history of being in the playoffs, and I know the seeding committee looks at that, but you can't even look at 8-3 until you get to 4-3.
Right, exactly.
And today is what they're trying to get to is 4-3.
All right, we'll come back after this timeout. We'll talk to the head coach, Phil Vigil. That all comes your way next. It's all part of the Thunderwolves pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to the Thunderwolves pregame show. And joining me now, head coach Phil Vigil. Phil, ball club having some fun right now.
Yeah, it was a great week last week against Adams State. Offense, defense, special teams all came out. They did their job, played to our standard, and did it for 4 quarters. So really pleased with how our team is progressing right now, and they're playing with some confidence, and look forward to that continuing today.
Well, and unlike the week before, Adams kind of pushed you guys a little bit, and I think that was good for your ball club, and your club responded, I thought.
Yeah, again, we started fast. We offensively scored on our first 3 possessions. Defensively, obviously held them on their first 3 possessions, and we were able to really just keep the foot on the gas pedal from then on out. And it wasn't really until we slowed down really in the 4th quarter when we put in some other guys that things really kind of slowed, and was really proud of our team, proud of the way we responded again, and excited for them, excited for them to continue to build and grow.
Well, defensively, we're finding out this team's pretty good. It's been pretty good all year long, but it seems like they're really emerging.
Yeah, they've given up 17 points in the last 2 weeks, and I think they held the Adams to 37 yards rushing or something like that. And so we're going to have our work cut out for us this week with New Mexico Highlands, because that's what they want to do. They want to run the football, and they're going to be, kind of that Coastal Carolina triple option from shotgun. And so we've got to be really, really sound in our defensive run fits and disciplined with our eyes and make sure that we're doing our job every single play, because if we don't, they will pop a big one, and they've got the athletes to be able to do that. So proud of our defense, proud of the way we're progressing, and hope that continues today.
Speaking of running, your ball club can be a pretty good running ball club.
Yeah. Again, going into the season, our biggest concern was probably our offensive line, and the way that group has progressed over the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks now has been very, very impressive. And it's especially the last 3 weeks. We've rushed for over 800 yards in the last 3 weeks, and are averaging 6 yards a carry right now. And I think that's just a testament to their buy-in. It's a testament to our staff here, and Coach Graff and Coach Dodge and Coach Brown and Coach Moffitt getting those guys rolling, and we've got some tailbacks that are running really, really hard right now. So it's been a lot of fun to watch them progress and grow, and we need them to continue to do that.
Well, we move into this week against the New Mexico Highlands Ball Club. Kind of scary in some respects. They can hit you over the top and with some speed at times.
Yeah, Coach Hudson's done a really good job of putting his imprint on this program. They are very disciplined. They've got some really good athletes. Their scheme makes them difficult to prepare for. Again, offensively, they're going to be kind of a modern triple option, I guess you could say, but they're kind of very similar to what Coastal Carolina was doing for a long time, and very successful at it. They got some quarterbacks that are very athletic. They've got a tailback that is very good, and they've got some receivers that can go get the ball. And so we've, again, defensively got to make sure that we are being disciplined in our approach and very gap sound throughout the entire game. Defensively, again, they're difficult to plan for because of what they do schematically. They are a true 3-4 defense, and they will slant and bring it from about every way you can think of. And so we've got to make sure that we, again, play sound on offense, that we take care of the football. With what they do offensively, we've got to maximize our drives, because they will hold on to the football. They're one of the leaders in the RMAC in time of possession, and so we've got to make our drives count on offense.
Well, a couple things maybe working against you. They're kind of a wounded animal. They've lost 3 in a row, 3 tough losses in a row, so they're going to be hungry. Plus, a couple years ago, they kind of ambushed the pack down there at their place.
Yeah, we showed the team that this week. They got after Csu-Pueblo 2 years ago in Las Vegas, and Las Vegas is a tough place to play. It's just hard. It's us against the world down there, and so we got to go in and again, we got to create our own juice, and we got to play with confidence and do what we know we're capable of doing.
Well, it kind of beat me to it. I guess it comes down to you guys just really establishing yourself in this ballgame, not giving them any hope.
Yeah, we want to take care of us, and we want to make sure that we are playing to our standard, and we want to be the most physical football team on the field every time we take the field. And so that's the goal. Do your job and be physical. And if we do those things, I think we'll be okay.
All right, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thunderbolts head coach Phil Vigil back with the starting lineups. We got the opening kickoff. It all comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Sanchez Family Stadium here in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Joe, we've had kind of an eventful morning here. We had the old Ring of Fire eclipse. That's the first time I've ever witnessed one of those, and it was about 90%. I think they said 80 to 90%.
It was really neat. I actually had a pair of eclipse sunglasses, and I brought them down with me because we were right in the path, almost the perfect path of the eclipse, where you're going to get almost 100%. I think we got 95%.
Yeah.
And what was neat was the CSU-Pueblo coaches, they had never seen anything like this. They go, "You're all from Texas, that's why. You guys don't pay attention to this stuff." So they passed around the glasses, and they thought this was great, and everybody. And then what I thought was neat is Coach Vigil's son Peyton came over, and Braley Brown brought him over and said, "Peyton, look, put these on and look, make sure you put these on before you look at the sun." But then look up there, and Peyton was like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" He didn't realize.
Yeah.
And what a neat what a neat experience to get to. You're at a football game and an eclipse breaks out.
Yeah, you just check that off your old bucket list. Okay, eclipse done.
Yeah, I saw one once in Highlands.
And it was also we went to the iconic spot to go eat. We went to old Charlie Spick and Span, and it never disappoints. And it was great again today.
It was fantastic. It's a big place, and you figure everybody's going to be there, and they are, but they seat you right away. And I had to have a donut while I waited for my breakfast because, well, that's what you do when you go to Charlie's.
Right.
You overindulge to the point of where you don't feel very well, and then you come and sit here and call a game for 3 hours, and then you drive another 3 hours back.
That's what you do. And on the way home, you usually have a meal that's a little different. It's usually about a quarter of the price, so you can kind of. Yeah, anymore it might not be a quarter.
You
it might
just
be
grab whatever's on.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever line is the shortest in Raton or wherever we stop for a quick burger or something on the way home. But no, if you ever come to Las Vegas, New Mexico, if you're ever going through New Mexico on I-25 and it's breakfast or lunchtime, it's worth pulling into Las Vegas, New Mexico, and stopping at Charlie's, and not only getting breakfast, but their fresh homemade tortillas are right off the conveyor belt, and cream puffs as big as your head.
Yeah, painless to get here. You take a right, you take a left, you take a right, and you're here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
All right, we'll come back. Joe's going to give you the keys to victory for today's ball game. That all comes your way next. Thunderwolves pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Las Vegas, New Mexico. Before we get to the keys of the game, Joe, this place has recovered pretty well since the devastating fires they had a couple years ago.
They did, and talking to some of the people from Highlands, the fires were very close to the school. In fact, we're looking
across that ridge.
To the ridge, and that would be to the west of us, or south of us, southwest of us, and just over the ridge. That entire area was on fire. So there are no colors of trees, or it's pretty much barren. 2 miles directly in our view.
But the people are a hardy bunch.
Oh yeah,
they're great and good for them to survive. They even had water problems. They had all kinds of issues down here.
Absolutely, fires. Nature. Period. Nature wins.
All right, keys to victory for today's ball game. First for the Thunderwolves, what do they have to do?
Well, I think we touched a little bit about a balance. I think offensively they need to find that run-pass combination. They run a lot of RPO offense, and they need to find that run-pass balance. And continued good play from the offensive line. We see them grow every week, and if they can continue that, that's a good thing. And 3, this is Highlands. You got to take care of the football, because if you don't and you give them extra possessions and let them hang around, they'll be in the game.
And for New Mexico Highlands, they'll be without their designated starting quarterback, although they play a lot of different quarterbacks in their unit. What do they have to do to win the game?
Well, they're pretty banged up unit-wide offensively and defensively, so that the guys who are going to play are going to have to, knuckle down is what it is, basically. Yeah. They're going to have to get after today and play as hard as they can and force turnovers. Csu-Pueblo's not the best in turnovers this year. They're about mid-range, but they have put the ball on the floor, and they've thrown some interceptions, so turnovers could be a key for Highlands.
All right, there's your keys to victory of today's ball game. We'll give you the weather forecast right when we come back after this timeout. Thunderwolves pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Sanchez Family Stadium here. Had a little extended break there, but teams are getting ready to come out on the field here. We're going to give you the weather forecast. Joe, when I look at my little weather bug, this is probably the worst day over the next 10. But that's the way it is today. Windy. 57, they're saying right now. It feels like it's about 47 out there, the way the wind is blowing. They're supposed to get to a high today of about 71, but as we always say, if it's going to get there, it better hurry.
Well, and it's going to get there for about 2 seconds.
Exactly. By the end of the day, they're hoping.
We'll be in a car on the way home by the time it hits that.
But if we come back Wednesday, it'll be 80. And all week long in the mid to upper 70s, 80 on Wednesday. So this is the only rough day of the week, but the weather, it's changing. And it always reminds me, when that wind comes up like this, reminds me of the old NFL films. The autumn wind is a raider.
And it could be an equalizer.
Yeah.
When you're home and the weather's cold, it's easier to go in the locker room and get warm, and you have all your clothes there. And there's some Csu-Pueblo coaches that didn't really bring the correct outerwear.
Here come the Cowboys. They make their way out on the field.
What we've noticed about New Mexico Highlands is they don't dress a lot of guys.
No.
I mean, at home you can dress anybody you want, and they sure don't dress a lot of guys. I think they're going to go with the guys that got them here and play their guys.
Yeah, they have the full complement on their roster when you go up and down. They've got the 90 some odd guys plus a lot of red shirts, but they have a lot of freshmen that are sprinkled in that roster. So it's kind of a massive. They're kind of like a lot of teams in the RMAC. You know, when things aren't working, you just tear it all down. And we've probably got 4 programs in the conference. I can think of right off the top of my head that are in that kind of mentality right now.
Yeah, just start over. The portal has done wonders for rebuilds because you can go find what you need, or you can find guys that you have ties to, or, you know, Chance Fuller finished up at Fort Hays, decided he still wanted to play. He got in the portal. He said, wait a minute, I know Phil Vigil. Played for him. He coached me. Coach, I got 1 year. Can I come? Well, guess what? You're starting quarterback at CSU Pueblo.
And the Thunderwolves, as always, Joe, they're a fashionably late team coming out on the field.
Yeah, we've noticed that this year. I don't know if it's their pregame or if they just make them wait, which very well could be. That's, you know, hey, you can do whatever you want, but
here comes Phil Vigil with his son right behind him. They're making their way out on the field. As you can hear the fans below us, a good contingent of Thunderwolves fans have made their way down. They got the cowbells.
You know, we thought they ate at the same restaurant we did because they were walking out of the place as we were sitting down to eat, but it turns out they were eating next door at Dick's Cafe in Las Vegas, because I told them if they were eating at Charlie's, they needed a nap before they got dressed.
Yeah, so Joe, if Joe and I seem a little lethargic today for a while, you don't know why.
It's that breakfast at Charlie's.
Well, I had the huevos rancheros, which was a good choice with the hash browns and the green chili. You know, hatch green chili, though, Joe, it's just not the same.
No, it's not.
It's just not the same, man. It's kind of runny. It's just not the same as our nice, thick Pueblo chili. Here come the Thunderwolves.
Daniel Bone leading them out. I love what Phil Vigil said when we first talked to him about what, you know, his players and what he thought. He goes, Daniel Bone's a pretty good football player.
He is. He's intense.
I don't think he realized how good he was until he got here and saw him firsthand. He goes, Daniel Bone's a really good football player.
He's like a heat-seeking missile. When he comes down and runs support along that line of scrimmage, it's a pleasure to watch him. And, of course, also for the McClellan, he's not afraid to mix it up a little bit from his free safety position.
Not at all. We've called, you know, he's one of the top tacklers on the team and should be. But when you come up from your safety position, that means you're just coming up and run support. And if you're making a lot of solo tackles, that's not good.
Thunderwolves captains made their way down to the field. Daniel Bone is one of those captains, along with Eli Pittman. Of course, Keon Martinez, and also Zach Perkowski is the captain for today's ball game. It's Zach had high honor.
Yeah, Zach had a nice game last week. I see Isaiah Pittman not in uniform today. That's never good.
Yeah, he was on the traveling roster, but evidently a little bit lame or something today. Didn't suit up. Could be an illness. Could be just a little, you know. Who knows?
Well, and Donnie Dixon, you know, we saw him got dinged up last week. He's here and he's got street clothes on with his jersey.
Cheerleaders have made the trip down for this game as well as a good contingent of Thunderwolves fans. It's almost like a semi-home game for the Thunderwolves, the way they travel.
Well, it's an easy drive.
Yeah.
Straight.
You got Charlie's.
Yeah, straight I-25, straight shot. And the one thing CSU Pueblo has not done well this year, other than and penalties for one thing, they're terrible in penalties, and two is coin toss.
Yeah, we're 1-5 on the coin toss.
1-5 in 6 games in coin toss.
Even Ryan Jensen failed last week. If you didn't hear our Ryan Jensen interview last week, I do have it on my Facebook page there on the fan page. Most of it. Missed the first part of it. We found out a problem today, Joe. This wire, the red wire,
yeah.
It's defunct.
Well.
So we went to the backup this week, and we're going to be able to get all our recordings in. But
don't pull the red wire.
Exactly. It might blow up, that is for sure. Captains are out at midfield with our referee today.
Well, CSU Pueblo will call this, so we're going to see if they have some better luck today. Rakowski's he's the one who made the call, so we can either thank him or blame him. And they won the toss and deferred, Jim.
All right.
Zach Rakowski might be the coin toss guy.
He might be the key to victory, at least this portion of the game. And we've all had those games where people have asked what was the turning point of the game. I said the coin toss.
The pride of Loveland, Colorado.
And look at this guy for New Mexico Highlands mean mugging it there. He turns around, folds his arms, and he's just looking to, hey, I'm coming after you guys today.
Well,
and Daniel Bone says, get over to your side right now. That is, who is that? That is Devin Coney out of Independence, Louisiana. He thinks he's in the SEC or something there.
Well, he's on. Yeah, the game hasn't even started. Maybe he went to the Jordan Campbell School of Intimidation.
Yeah, that was different, that's for sure. He is the Mike linebacker, so if anybody wants to be that guy, I guess he could be that guy. So he's going to be involved in the action. A little breezy here today. Wind out of the southwest, 13 miles an hour, gusting to a little over 20 at times.
I'd like to call this wind a biting wind.
Yes, if you don't have a windbreaker on or a jacket, it gets you. Crowd getting energized on this side of the field here. Across the way, a little more passive.
You said it might be a little bit of a mini home game for CSU Pueblo. There's more CSU Pueblo fans here than there are Highlands fans. But that's usually the case at this.
Yeah, definitely. Evan Lyons to kick it off for the Thunderwolves, the big freshman. That was kind of funny. Some of the, I don't know if you were in the booth, they were talking to Ben in there asking about, or maybe it was you asking about number 84.
Yeah,
he's a big guy. You said that was you. He said, yeah, that's the kicker.
Yeah, he's a freshman kicker. True freshman.
Look when he's huge. Wait till you see the line.
Yeah. Then I pointed out Cody Ramming, and they're like,
oh, that guy. Yeah,
okay.
He's a little different thinker
6'7"
as well.
6'7's a little different.
Massey and Obasheri back deep to receive the kick. They're not going to have a chance, I wouldn't think. Nope, it's going to go out the back of the end zone with riding that breeze. Have some bodies hit the deck, as always on special teams. Always a chance for a few free shots out there. Kind of a pink out today for New Mexico Highlands. They're in their home purple and gray pants, but they got pink socks. Probably their breast cancer. We're going to see some of the Thunderwolves donning the pink as well today. Ball will be set up on the left hash mark for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. They move right to left as Joe and I look at it here for you today. Glad to have you along. Aaron Kinnischtzke, our producer and engineer today of Thunderwolves football. And it will be Guardiola in to play quarterback today. He's in an empty set here in the backfield. Bring a man in motion. They run the jet sweep around the right side and across the 25 out to about the 29-yard line. Just pitching it to Malik Norman on the play. And Malik gets 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 29-yard line.
Gary Seidenberger, linebacker for CSU Pueblo, read that perfectly, kind of moved with him as the little toss went into him and plugged up that hole for 4 yards.
You know, Malik Norman, kind of a smallish guy, only 5'7", junior out of Los Angeles. A lot of Los Angeles players for New Mexico Highlands. Heavy California influence on this ball club, as well as the city of Albuquerque. They change up at quarterback. Looks like Jonathan Jerry is into the ball game, so they're alternating. That might be where they're bringing in plays here. Jerry takes the snap. He's going to run it, going to run the option, pitches it out around the left side and turn in the corner for the 1st down out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. Nice play call there, nice scheme as they pitch it to the wide receiver, Obasheri, and he gets good yardage out to the 38-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, Phil Vigil said in the coaches show they like to run this option-type offense. It's funny when coaches start talking about Coastal Carolina's offense. That's never a football program you thought you'd equate with people imitating.
Emerging.
But they were kind of fun for a year.
Yeah, they had their little day in the sun, didn't they?
But they must have done something offensively if people are copying it.
And they are alternating quarterbacks. Guardiola back in there. 1st and 10 from the 38. Little 3-step drop. Looks up the left sideline. Fires it up the left sideline. Ball hangs in the air. Almost intercepted.
It was, but he was out of bounds. Daniel Bone hauled that in, but he was out of bounds off the tip.
Ball was deflected. Good play by the Thunderwolves corner. But Bone hauled it in. But, yeah, good challenges, I suppose.
Well, no, I think he was out. But Donovan English was in coverage and did a great job. Ran stride for stride.
He's the one that batted it up in the air. Bone came over and had his hands on it. He did pull it in, but on the white chalk. Or the fake chalk, as they would say. 2nd down and 10 from the 38 for the Cowboys. Guardiola remains at quarterback this series. They bring a man out to the right, roll the pocket right, pass up the right sideline. Man is open, but he missed him. Boy, he had a shot there for the big tight end, but just overshot Truong. Jack Truong, the tight end. He has 3 catches on the year.
Guardiola is a former baseball player here at Highlands and was playing 2 sports and decided just to move over to football. Eli Pittman down. I don't know if he's cramping up. He was jumping, trying to hobble off the field, and then just went down at the hash marks.
Definitely favoring his left. Oh, man, looks like he's favoring his left knee. So you hope it's not one of those dreaded non-contact injuries, but he is down and on his back and flexing that left leg. The training staff is around him now. So it'll be 3rd and 10 here for the Cowboys coming up. Well, they had a big shot there early in the game.
He popped up, kind of walking it off now. I wonder if he might have cramped a little bit. He's got that limp like he cramped, but the training table at Highlands for the visitors is right in front of us. Well, as is everything, basically.
I think he's going to be, he's just kind of flexing it.
Yeah,
Joe, we talk about it. Sometimes you feel something pop, you get scared to death, and then you find out, that's nothing.
Just a little twist.
So it's 3rd and 10 now for the Cowboys. They bring in Jonathan Jerry now to play quarterback. He's there. Nope, actually he's gone out again. Now Guardiola's back out there. I think Guardiola's the better of the 2 passing the ball. Tight formation, double wide out right, but they're tight to the formation. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure off the edge, and the Thunderwolves have it. Scipio in.
Okay, Scipio straight in from his right defensive end, knifed through one little swim move in, and was in the backfield.
And it's going to be a loss all the way back to the 30-yard line, a loss of 8. So it'll be 4th down and 18 for the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's one thing this team has done since we talked about early that they weren't getting to the quarterback. Now they're getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, you mentioned that was just a nice little twist or swim move. He just got right around the tackle.
One move in and was gone.
So punt formation here for the Cowboys. That means it's Will McDaniel. He does the punting and the place kicking. Cook stands back at his own 29-yard line to receive the punt into the wind here. Kick on the way. Wind knocks it down. Get out of the way if you're a Thunderwolf. Ball bounces in the air, takes a Cowboy bounce inside the 35, inside the 30, and it's going to roll dead all the way down to the 27-yard line. Cook couldn't risk it there. The punt hit that wall of wind and dropped straight down about 10 yards in front of him. He never could get up to where he could handle it. So it turns out pretty good for the Cowboys.
He did a good job alerting the gunners, though, too.
Yeah.
Because that's what we've seen this time and again with Csu-Pueblo, where the ball comes down as the gunner's trying to run down and it hits off their heel or off their backside.
I think we're on more high alert than anybody else in football.
Oh, there was one season where it happened 10 times.
Thunderwolves start from their own 27-yard line. Fuller is the quarterback. Keon Martinez on his left hip. Double wide out left, single wide out to the right side. They have Dvorak in here. Pass left side. It is caught by Rakowski, and he is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. That pass a little high and wide to the outside. Rakowski had to adjust for it, and that allowed the defensive pursuit to get their loss of 1.
That quick hitter, the ball floated.
Actually, they're going to give him forward progress to the 27, so no gain. 2nd and 10, flag down. Thunderwolves weren't set for a full second there, I don't think. So that'll be a 5-yard pre-snap penalty. We're going to say it is actually on the left tackle, Tyler Etheridge, the guilty party.
Who they say pound for pound is the strongest Thunderwolf, and he's a true freshman.
He looks the part, so it's a loss of 5 with the penalty. So 2nd and 15 now from the 22. Trip to the right this time. They look right, fire it right. Retzlaff has it, tries to get the sideline, and cuts back inside, breaks a tackle. Big, strong run across the 35 to the 36-yard line. He'll be just short of the first down. Good physical run by Retzlaff after the catch.
I know, it is an official statistic now. Richie Retzlaff's got to be one of the nation's leaders in run after catch. Yak yards. Rack yards.
Rack. Yeah, I think they used to call it yak, but I think they didn't like the way that sounded.
Well, they call it yards after catch.
Yeah, so now it's rack. Yeah, they figure rack sounds better than yakking. 3rd down and a 1.5 yards. Give it to Martinez, and he has the first down and more out to the 40-yard line. Had a chance to break through there. Boy, Thunderwolves lineman came through there, just pancaked his man.
Tristan Rail. He rode that block 5 yards down and just pounced on a guy.
1st and 10, Thunderwolves from their own 40. No score here. First possession of the game for the Pack. Again, they give it to Martinez up the middle. He knifes through there. He's into the secondary, across the 50 into the Cowboy territory. He's got another first down to the 49-yard line.
I'm going to call this now. It's just a matter of time before those holes right now are 5 yards wide open.
First and 10 pack. Straight drop back. Look right. Retzlaff has it, and he's hit immediately this time. No chance for the rack this time. Gains 4, though. Second down and 6 from the 45-yard line of the Cowboys.
What do we call that? A long handoff.
Well, when you see the defense cheating like that up, now you give them the old pump fake and go. And that'll be wide open at some point in this game, I guarantee it.
Well, CK Paulus now has the single coverage on the near side.
Trips to the left, a bunch formation right on the hash mark. Now Rakowski comes in motion across the formation to the right. Here's Fuller in the pocket, looks right, fires right, too high. Tried to get it to Rakowski. He was open, but the pass sailed high and wide. So Fuller a little amped up here early on in the game. It could be the wind conditions. He may be putting a little more on it than he has to.
Csu-Pueblo did a good job offensive line-wise that time, giving him a chance to throw. He looked like he hurried that just a hair, though. He had more time than I think he thought he had.
Gravano into the ball game. He's wide to the left. Rakowski in the slot to the right. Martinez goes in motion. Empty backfield. Pass right side. Rakowski has it across the 40. He's got the first down. It's actually Cook that was wide to the left. Rakowski was over here in the slot to the right. He hauls it in for the first down.
If they're going to give you 8, take 8.
Ball down to the 36-yard line of the Cowboys. No score. 9:50 to go here, first quarter. This is the first possession of the game for the Thunderwolves. Fuller takes the snap, straight drop back, looks left, fires left for Cook. He's got it, and he's hit immediately. Breaks the tackle, though, across the 30, 25, 20, up the sideline, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Andrew Cook!
There's your yards after catch, right there.
He was hit for about maybe a 3-yard gain, but he just stayed on his feet. Show you his lower body strength to break free from that tackle.
You know, Cookie's been drawing a lot of double coverage this year because of who he is and how good he is, and the other receivers have benefited. It's nice to see him get in like that.
So Thunderwolves looking it over. Now they go back into their regular formation here. Line will be the holder. Willie, the place kicker. Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. 9:34 to go here in the first quarter. Thunderwolves off to a good start. They lead at 7-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Sanchez Family Stadium here in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Thunderwolves on top 21-0. We head to the second quarter. Thunderwolves ball after the reprieve from the governor. The roughing the passer penalty against the Cowboys.
First half stats, as you would imagine, all Thunderwolves, 189 yards to 22.
That's domination. First and 10, 48-yard line of the Cowboys, and now, the referees weren't in formation there as they had to stop play as the side judge was still running up the sideline.
I think he had breakfast at Charlie's, too.
He got caught in the fog.
He was asleep.
Now we go. Dvorak in motion right side. Play action. Look right side. Caught by Retzlaff. He's got some blockers out there. And he gets forward. Oh, boy, look out there as Cook got nailed in the legs, but he's okay. Well, that's when you lose a knee sometimes.
You know, and you appreciate the effort of Dvorak blocking, and you want to get behind him. Now, Cookie's a different story because he's a little guy, but Reggie still gets 5 or 6 on the play.
Yeah, they give him 6 officially to the 42, second down and 4.
He's in single coverage on a very young cornerback right now.
And again, Dvorak in motion left to him this time. Pass down the middle, and Dvorak's got it. And he's got a first down inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. Boy, he is an inviting target. Big number 87. He just presents himself well, too, Joe. He just opens up that body, and the ball he just swallows it up.
Well, just when you think they've gone to the outside, that middle's wide open. He and Luckadoo are both really nice tight end targets.
They're both in the game this time, lined up on the right side, unbalanced. They give it up the middle to Martinez, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. He'll be very close to another first down for the Thunderwolves.
You know, Kian Martinez right there as a tailback stopped and started 3 times on that carry. That's how quick he can get it moving.
And the second down and about a foot, it looks like here.
Now, this is where Braley Brown, the offensive coordinator, is saying, you know what? I can do anything here. I can try anything we want to try.
Martinez on the left hip. Fake it to him. Screen pass deflected. They're trying to go to Dvorak. Ball was deflected, incomplete. So it'll be third down and a yard.
Chance Fuller, I need to throw that a little higher.
Yeah, I need a little Tebow jump pass there.
He was mimicking that. You know, he's not the biggest. He's not the most impressive physically. He doesn't run much, if all.
So third and a yard. Give it to Martinez. He's got the first down and more. Wedges his way down inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line. First and goal, Thunderwolves.
Folks, that ball went to the right side. It was a little bit of a counter, and that hole was bigger than the sun.
We have a flag down, evidently. The flag landed out of bounds. The wind took it on out of bounds, so illegal formation. They didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage. So now it'll be third down and 6. So that nullifies a good gain there. It takes it back to the 20-yard line. So third and 6 from the 20. Thunderbolts make some personnel changes here.
You know, you went from second and 1, second and a half yard to third and 6 now.
Russell into the game this time. Retzlaff and Cook to the right side. Gravano and Rakowski to the left side. Highlands is offside. Free play for the Thunderwolves. Pass into the end zone, trying to get it to Rakowski. You could throw interference there, but they elect not to, saying it was uncatchable. False enthusiasm by the PA man because it's offside against the Cowboys.
Well, if the field's marked right and they marked off the penalty, right, it should be third and a foot.
Right back where we were. Russell on the left hip this time of Fuller. And they give it to Russell. He's got the first down and more. Breaks a tackle inside the 10. Puts his shoulders down. Tiptoes down the sideline. Touchdown. What a run.
Fred Astaire. Howard Russell.
Tippy toe, tippy toe, tippy toe.
It was a dance move. He hopped back against. He was going out of bounds. He corrected his feet, kind of bunny hopped, and then scored.
Perfect description. It was crazy.
I thought he was going to be out at the 3 or the 4, but he kind of just the way he was able to square his shoulders.
He has a future on pack dancing for the Stars, that's for sure.
We have 4 drives now, Jim. 4 offensive possessions, 4 touchdowns for the Thunderwolves.
Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. We got 13:04 to go here in the second quarter. All Thunderwolves, they lead at 28-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
28-0 Thunderwolves. Lion this time kicking into the wind. People in the hospitality area don't have to worry about this one.
Yeah, I'm guessing this one's not going to get to the end zone with the wind blowing.
Into it. Hangs a bit. Taken at the 6. Fumbled. It's loose, and it's covered up at the 9-yard line. So the Cowboys had a chance for their turn there, but Chris Donaldson out of Dallas, Texas, left it on the turf.
The ball was knuckling. Shout out to one of your former players, Tim Wakefield.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad to see he succumbed to cancer, but that ball just had some no spin on it and kind of knuckled. And once it gets in that wind like that, you never know what it's going to do.
And that's when you wanted to throw a knuckleball. I used to throw a forkball, so it had kind of the same action. But you always, when the wind was blowing out, you know, players got all excited. But I said, oh, this is great. I liked it when the wind was blowing out because that meant that the forkball was going to move a lot more. As long as you didn't hang one and have it hit out of the ballpark. So 1st and 10 at the 9-yard line. Shout out to the, I don't know if it's famous, but the knuckleball armor, Lou Worker from East High. He used to throw a knuckleball. Here is the handoff of middle. Good yardage across the 20, 25, out around the 28-yard line. Good run that time for the Cowboys around the right side. That's Shante Mills. He's the leading ball carrier. 354 yards on the year. Does have 3 touchdowns.
You can see why he's a leading ball carrier. He had some acceleration right there, Jim. All the way out deep into the secondary of CSU Pueblo before Daniel Bone could run him out.
Picked up 18 on the play. It's out to the 27. 1st and 10 Cowboys. 28-0. Thunderwolves on top. 12:40 to go here. First half. 2 wideouts to each side here. Empty backfield. This time it's Jonathan Jerry at quarterback for the Cowboys. And jet sweep fake. Jerry keeps it and gets out to about the 30. Gains 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Thunderwolves starting to sprinkle in some substitutes along the defensive front here. Noticed in the ball game here, Kenneth Lofton was in. Only 2 down linemen that time.
You know, if you look at Kenny Lofton's size, Jim, he is built like a linebacker.
And Jaden Franklin checks in the ball. He looks like a road grader when he comes into the ball. He lines up right over the center usually. Now he's going to flip with Feeney. How'd you like to have Feeney and Franklin across from you? Fake the jet sweep action. They give it up the middle. Good hole. First down. Out to the 40-yard line. Another carry here for Shante Mills. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at their own 40-yard line.
You know, give credit to Highlands' offensive line that time. 3 guys got to the second level and was hat on hat with linebackers, and that's how you create a run like that.
So back-to-back first downs for the Cowboys. 28-0. Thunderwolves on top. Jim and Joe with you here today. Aaron Kinnischtzke, our producer and engineer. Thunderwolves football, glad to have you along. Bring a man in motion. Fake it. And spinning and swallowed up. There's Seidenberger depositing the quarterback right after a gain of 1.
Terry just ate a Seidenberger for lunch.
Well, I watched the on the NFL Network this week. The umpire took a little tax out there. He's got to move it forward a yard. But they had since Dick Butkus died a week ago, they had the old Gale Series Dick Butkus A Football Life on. Butkus was the meanest human being on the face of the earth during the football game. Other than that, great dude.
He was pretty ornery off the field.
Just had a little psycho in him. And here is the handoff up the middle. And again, it's Mills. And look at him carrying tacklers out to about the 48-yard line. Good second effort there. Going to set up 3rd down and 2 after the gain of 7.
Shante Mills, they don't list weights at Highlands, but he's only 5'8", and he's not very thick. But he's getting a lot of yards after contact.
He's out of Raleigh, North Carolina.
It's always a telling sign to me when you go someplace and they don't list the weights of their football players. They all weigh 180 pounds, including their linemen.
3rd and 2. Bring a man in motion. Fake it. Run the option left. First down. Quarterback with the keeper. Down to about the 41-yard line of the Thunderwolves. Good action there by Jonathan Jerry. So this has been their best drive of the game so far. They're into Thunderwolves territory down to the 41-yard line. 3rd first down of this drive.
Just getting good pressure up front, and that little misdirection is kind of freezing everybody, so they have to stay home. And running backs and quarterbacks are doing a good job.
Down to 9:10 to go here, first half. 28-0. Thunderwolves on top. 2 wideouts right, single wideout left. They usually bring a man in motion, fake the jet sweep action. Might see the option coming this way, might pass out of it, but it's been strictly run on this drive. And they're going to give it straight up the middle this time, but the Thunderwolves are there, and there's Daniel Bone says, reestablishing some order. Doing his own mean mugging.
Yeah, Daniel Bone came up from safety and just put a hit in. A 1-yard gain. That was a very painful 1 yard.
And it was kind of fitting. It was Bone that kind of looked at, their mean mugger, Devin Coney, before the ball game. So what are you doing, dude?
But I think, not that we condone Daniel Bone doing it, but it's easier to do when you're up 28-0.
2nd down and 9 from the 40 of the Thunderwolves. Guardiola back in to play quarterback. And he gives it up the middle, and it's swallowed up. Thunderwolves, good penetration there. Flying in there, Caden Shelton, the junior out of Bakersfield, California.
Biggin.
He just looks like an old school, kind of like a cowboy, Joe, kind of like a Corey Orth. Remember, he used to play for the Thunderwolves,
yep.
One of those type dudes. He just imposing as he stands there right next to the football, right next to Jaden Franklin.
Just the junior Caden Shelton.
Or actually, it's Turrentine that's in the ball game now for the Thunderbolts. Turrentine, no slouch. He's a 308 junior out of Elk Grove, California. 3rd down and 9. Play action. They roll the pocket right. Guardiola screen pass back to the left side. Flag is down. And the pass complete up to about the 35-yard line on the screen. Now we'll see what the flag is all about.
It could be a hold or an illegal man downfield because the ball was gone pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's definitely no chance of a roughing call because the quarterback was upright. I think it's got to be a hold on this right side. On the Cowboys, that's my educated guess, I guess. Thunderbolts with a decision now. Do they make it 4th down and 4 or take the penalty? You got to take the penalty. Because it's 4 down territory here. Holding.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10 yards from the previous spot. 3rd down.
You know, and he was the guilty party was the one trying to protect the quarterback with the single rusher in his face.
And that's Keone Benali, sophomore out of Farmington, New Mexico. So that takes it back into Highlands territory, just inside the midfield stripe. So it's 3rd down now. And roughly 10 to go.
20.
3rd and 20. Excuse me, Joe. Thank you.
But now you bring
Penalty
in your speed rushers,
Yeah.
Monty and Scipio, on the 2 ends. If there's any rollout whatsoever.
Single wide out right, single wide out left, man in motion. They fake it up the middle, run the option to the left, quarterback keeper, and he gets about 6. That's kind of a weird call on 3rd and 20.
Safe
But maybe
call.
just trying to get enough yardage to make it makeable here on 4th down. They're not sending the punt team out.
Yeah, you'd have to go for it here anyway. Down 28. Losing streak. What the heck?
They're kind of hesitating. Now they're going to send the punt team out.
Surprises me. But you also want to give respect to the game and just not throw up the white flag already.
That's why I thought the play call was kind of baffling. But maybe they thought, that's been the play that's been working for them.
Yeah, but their success today has been on the ground.
Exactly.
Maybe not 20 yards on the ground, but usually that play sets up the next play.
Cook stands at his own 10. McDaniel to punt it away, skies it. Fair catch signal for him. Is going to hit inside the 10. Takes a big giant hop into the end zone, so that doesn't do the Cowboys any good. So the Thunderbolts will take over at their own 20-yard line. And we've got a timeout on the field. We'll take one with them. 6 minutes to go here. 6:01 to be exact in the first half. 28-0 Thunderwolves on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Thunderwolves take over at their own 20-yard line. A little injury update here. It looks like Nushi got a new tape job when he was down there on the scores table, the training table. Danye Dixon also not in uniform today. He's in jersey down there, but he's coaching down on the sideline. Pass left side. Nice adjustment, but unable to haul it in. Retzlaff, that ball was deflected at the line of scrimmage. Retzlaff almost made an incredible grab.
Nice job by Highlands to get their hands up and deflect the pass.
Yeah, kind of dangerous there. Tip drill chance there. So 2nd and 10 Thunderwolves. Cook is wide to the right. Rakowski in the slot to the right. Retzlaff wide to the left. Russell is the running back here on this set. Dvorak set up at tight end on the right side of the formation. Straight drop back. Now roll the pocket right, away from pressure. Pass up the sideline, looking for Rakowski, threw it away. He had him open, but the pass sailed high and wide that time.
That ball was 6 yards out of bounds before it came down.
Yeah, I just think it might have slipped or something.
This is where you wish Fuller had some motor skills to run that ball, because he would have
wide
gone.
open.
He could have run for 20 yards, but self-preservation, and you're up 28-0. So why take a chance?
Exactly. So 3rd and 10 for the Thunderwolves. First bit of adversity they faced today on offense.
Sully Moon's got to go try and find his helmet.
Trips to the left. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure off the edge, and Fuller sacked back inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, that's not a good play by Chance Fuller right there. He needs to get rid of that ball quicker. First punt of the day for Sully Moon.
He was Ione Foliaki on the sack. Samoan out of East Palo Alto, California. Palo Alto, the home of the Stanford Cardinal. Big win last night coming from behind.
Love it. Love it.
Here's the punt by Moon. High spiral. Flag is down. And a fair catch signaled for at the 47. We got to have too many men on the field here for Highlands. That's both flags deep in the secondary here.
Well, there's 3 of them on the ground, so everybody who had one threw it.
Maybe the Thunderwolves had too many men on the field. Let's count them up. 5. I see 11.
I think they're asking Phil Vigil what he wants. If he wants to.
He says, yeah, give it to him there at midfield. I don't want to punt it again out of my own end zone.
With the substitution, more than 11 players on the receiving team. That penalty is declined. First down, New Mexico Highlands.
More than 11. So it was Highlands, the guilty party there. They'll take over at their own 48-yard line. 28-0 Thunderwolves. 4:59 to go here in the first half. So that's the first drive of the day that wasn't successful for the Thunderwolves.
I think you can live with that. I mean, they have been a model of efficiency today.
Rhett's left down on the training table right now. It looks like he's just sitting there having a conversation.
Yeah, Josh Atkinson, the receivers coach. Never seen an eclipse today. You got to see one for the first time today. He was very excited. And, of course, I had to make some Texan remark because he's from Texas. And
pay attention. Man in motion. They give it up the middle. This has been their most successful. Oh, man, look at the heat-seeking missile. McClellan, he missed, though, on the tackle. Bone cleans it up after a gain of about 6.
If Corey McClellan hits him right there, he might send him into yesterday.
So gain of 6, second down and 4. Ball's at the 46-yard line of the Thunderwolves.
Well, Reggie Retzloff, whatever was ailing him, he's doing sprints on the sidelines. I think he's fine.
That's a good recovery. Looks like he's flexing that right leg a little bit. Now, Highlands adjusting the formation. They now move both wide receivers to the left. Now they bring a wide receiver right. Now they bring a man in motion back to the right. That's a lot of moving parts. And they give it up the middle on the old RPO. And almost, Guardiola holds the ball in the gut of Mills for the longest time. Finally releases it to him. Gains about 2. It's going to be third down now and 2 from the 44-yard line.
There's a lot of eye candy on that play for a yard and a half. And what's funny is the eye candy's for the linebackers and the defensive backs because the defensive linemen can't see that. And that's who made the tackle.
3rd and 2 for the Cowboys. Trailing it 28-0. Again, they shift the formation.
That's 3 guys in motion.
Jerry's the quarterback on this set. He gives it up the middle, and the Thunderwolves have it, but it looks like second effort might have the first down here. It's going to be very close. Might be about a foot short, really, where they're spotting it.
You got to go for this one.
Yeah, they're going to be short by about a foot. 4th down for the Cowboys.
Bring in the heavy package.
And the Thunderwolves going with a little more beef along the line of scrimmage here. Highlands out of the gun, though. Mills is the running back. Thunderwolves cheating up along the line. And there's movement, a false start on the Cowboys. That screws everything up for them.
False start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty.
Big number 78 is Gabriel Hecht, sophomore out of Jacksonville, Florida.
The left tackle. He was going to dive down and crash down.
So now it'll be 4th down and 6 for the Cowboys.
They take out the heavy package and bring back in the speed package.
A little niftier, the crew, Scipio and ramming. Press coverage by the Thunderwolves right up on the line of scrimmage here. Nushi changing the defensive play call. Straight drop back. They look like, oh, batted down at the line of scrimmage. That might have. Ball goes over on downs. Yeah, there's no underachieving this year for Scipio. I thought last year, it wasn't a bad year, but I was expecting more out of him. This year, he's been everything and then some.
McKeon, plus he's physically imposing.
Yes.
And, you know,
makes me wonder if he might have been a little dinged last year or something.
Well,
maybe a little injury or something.
The left side, right side now.
Yeah.
They have that. They're getting a great rotation of guys coming in to get speed off the edge.
1st and 10 for the Thunderwolves from their own 48-yard line. Russell the back, fumble. It's loose on the deck, picked up by Highlands. Scoop and score time. 20, 50 up and running it into the end zone. Gannon Guinness off the fumble by Russell. He never had it cleanly there. And lays on the deck, and the Cowboys are on the scoreboard.
Looked like the ball was just never in the hands of Howard Russell, and it ended up on the turf.
Now the Cowboys a chance for the extra point here. Score comes with 2:15 to go in the first half.
Not happy with that, Coach Vihil's not happy with the offense on that exchange. Up 28-0, and he still expects perfection from his players.
And now Highland's going to take a timeout. They don't have enough personnel out on the field. They only have 10 men on the field. So they have to waste a timeout here. So we'll keep it here. This is just going to be a quick turnaround.
New Mexico Highlands Athletics. And be sure to follow us on social media.
Yeah, hard to tell whose fault that was. Maybe Russell thought Fuller was going to keep it because it just fell harmlessly to the turf here.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was forced out by anyone. It's a drop. It's like, you take it, I'm taking it, you take it. They didn't know.
University Foundation. Go to nmhathletics.com/.
Now Highlands, they're huddled up over on their sideline here. I don't think they're going to go for two. I think they just called timeout because they didn't have the right personnel grouping out there.
You hate to burn a timeout on an extra point, though. Although today, may not matter.
And they are going to kick it. So here comes Will McDaniel. McDaniel on the year. He's 18 for 18 on extra points. Holder is Jerry. Ball's down. Kick is up. And it is good.
McDaniel with the kick for the Cowboys.
So we'll keep it here. 2:15 to go in the first half. Highlands on the board off the touchdown by their defense. And it's 28-7 Thunderwolves.
Jim, I think that I saw Phil Vihil's face on that exchange after they were coming off the field. And here's a coach that, yes, we're up 28-0. Yes, you know, I've seen a couple players run into the stands now. Things get a little bit loose. When you get up like that, you still got business.
Yeah.
And I think that he needs that was a message look from Phil Vihil to his team that we still got business.
Well, still plenty of time. Thunderwolves do get the ball first to start the second half, so you don't want to do anything stupid here. But I still think you've got plenty of time. You got your timeout compliments. Still time to put some points on the board.
Oh,
here.
sure. And
well, I guess the one thing you don't want to do, though, is go 3 and out and only take maybe 20 seconds off the clock. So it'll be Russell back deep to receive the kick along with Eli Pittman. Injury note for the Thunderwolves. McGarity most likely done for the year. Knee injury. The special teams player of the week, kind of a shame. Had it coming out part of last week. Had the kickoff return for a touchdown. But hurt his knee late in the ball game on a pass play in the end zone. And he's done. Still no word on the severity of it, just to know that it's enough to put him out for the year. Here's the kickoff. And fair catch signaled for, but it goes through the end zone anyway. Thought about running it down was Eli Pittman, but once the ball hits in the end zone, it's a dead ball, comes out, so you don't have to catch it. He had his hand up just in case the ball came down on the field of play. So now we'll see how the Thunderwolves play it here. After giving up the touchdown to the defense of the Cowboys.
Well, again, you got to check your mental acuity now, and you have to be a little bit more sharp now. That's CU.
Trips to the left, single wide out right. Russell in motion left. Pump fake. Now they go to Russell. He's got it and slips down. He's going to lose a couple on the play, maybe 3 back to the 22-yard line.
Nice job by Highlands defensive backs. They were all in single coverage and they were blanketed, all Csu-Pueblo receivers.
Now remember, Cowboys had to burn that timeout on the extra point, so that hurts their cause a little bit, so they want to get the ball back. Pass right side caught to Rakowski, breaks a tackle, gets forward across the 25 to about the 26. Yeah, and now the Cowboys will use one of those timeouts with 1:42 to go. So again, we'll keep it here. So Thunderbolt's going to face a 3rd down and 9 upcoming here. So what was a very polished, very great-looking first half, Joe, has kind of deteriorated here of late with the Thunderbolts giving up the touchdown to the defense, plus now facing 3rd and 9.
Well, and that happens sometimes when you get up big. You tend to let your guard down. You maybe not focus as much as you should be, and that's something these guys have to learn because you know that other team didn't stop playing.
Right.
Sometimes you wish they would.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think they would, but they have not stopped playing.
And 28-0 isn't insurmountable. We kind of kidded about the CU game last night. 29-0. They led at halftime, and then just kind of the height of arrogance by the Buffaloes in the second half led to their downfall. Oh my! Yeah, not CU,
not
right?
CU, not the gold-plated headset.
Not when you're going for 4th down from midfield when you're up 29-0. That was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
and then they went for it again.
The height of arrogance, and
yeah.
And again, when you're an offensive juggernaut, that's what you do. You kind of move the ball, and they can move the ball pretty much at will, and we've seen that. But
analytics are fine, but you look at it. What is the one thing that can screw this game up for? Well, turn it over at midfield, give them the ball, give them an easy field. Well, let's do it again. Okay. What's the other thing? How about a 95-yard touchdown when we're press coverage up on the line of scrimmage trying to get a safety? Idiotic. Trips to the left here, straight drop back by Fuller, sets, fires, right side, caught, first down. Paulus at the 36-yard line. He went down to the sticks, caught it, first down Thunderwolves. That's a big first down right here. Now Thunderwolves can go to work, start thinking about scoring.
First grab of the day by C.K. Paulus. They had the bunch formation to the near side. He was single coverage to the far side, just like you said, just stop route right at the sticks.
Thunderwolves will run it this time, up the middle. Oh, nice. The Russell dance moves across midfield down to the 48-yard line. He has got some moves, Joe.
Harold
Nifty.
Russell is just showing the fantastic feet.
First and 10, 48-yard line of the Cowboys. Straight drop back by Fuller. Passes right side. Caught. Rakowski blasted out of bounds. He got lit up, but he'll gladly take it. He's one guy that doesn't care. Hit me harder, he says.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's the littlest guy on the field every week. Makes no difference.
Gains 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. We're down to 1:27 to go here. Clock is stopped with the play going out of bounds. Thunderbolts lead it 28-7. Russell on the left hip of Fuller. Straight drop back by Fuller. Sets, fires right, and caught by Polis. This time in the field of play, so the clock will run. It's a first down. Now they stop the clock to move the chains. Now remember, under 2 minutes, they still do that. The new timing rules in football this year on first downs in the field of play, they don't stop the clock before the 2-minute warning. Or there's no 2-minute warning, but under 2 minutes. Russell up the middle. Nice holes. Hurdles his way for the first down to the 23-yard line.
Jim, that play was designed to go left, and however Russell took it right for 12 yards.
Yeah, he read that beautifully, didn't he? 23-yard line, down to 1:10 to go, and the clock will wind. Trips to the left, single wide out right. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure up the middle. They pick it up, though. Now Fuller is flushed out of the pocket, and a flag coming down, going to be holding on the Thunderwolves. And looks like the guilty party with his hands outstretched going to be Tyler Etheridge. He's pleading his case.
Well, Fabiano Valdez was in hot pursuit after getting held.
Not sure what the discussion is here. They got to take the penalty.
Holding. Offense. Play up to the previous spot. Replay first down.
So it sets up 1st and 20 now, back at the 33-yard line. Remember, the field goal, if they do try it, will be into the wind here in this second quarter. Pretty stiff wind, so you probably need another 10 yards to feel comfortable here. Right now, it'd be a 50-yard attempt. That's too far. They're offside. Free play, and
blew it
they
dead.
blew it dead there. Thunderbolts wanted the free play.
Unencumbered.
Offside against Highlands, so that gets
Offside.
5 of the yards back.
Defense number 0. Contact with an offensive player. 5-yard penalty.
Okay.
That's why they blew it dead.
6 plus 58
Made
seconds on the
contact.
game clock. 58.
So 1st and 15 now for the Thunderbolts, 28-yard line of the Cowboys. Trips to the left. Gravano's in the game. He's widest to the left. Cook and Rakowski left side. They hand the ball up the middle to Martinez. Breaks the tackle. Inside the 15, 10, 5. Down to the pylon. I think he's just out of bounds, about the 2-yard line perhaps. We'll see where they spot it. I'm going to say he stepped out at the 3.
You know, name this movie, Jim. He had ludicrous speed. he didn't go to warp speed. Keon Martinez went to ludicrous speed.
Never can have too many Spaceballs references, can you?
Timeout. Kinnischtzke Highlands.
And Highland's going to take a timeout on defense, try to regroup here. What a powerful run there by Keon Martinez. He's fun to watch. I mean, he and Russell both do such a great job. And, you know, you feel badly for Adrian Soto sitting over there on the sideline. He's a great back in his own. He's had a brilliant college career, but he just can't find time behind these two guys. But, that's what you got to have depth for. We've seen years, though, Joe, where you go 4 running backs deep, so you always got to be on high alert.
We've seen years where we've had 3 running backs with 1,000 yards.
Right.
I thought that might be what we have this year. Still can, too.
Yeah, imagine these 3 guys in the old system of the Thunderbolts. I mean, that would have been...
This was tailback U for a long time with that offensive line, that double tight formation. You know, the run first, pass second mentality.
Well, you can remember Johnson and Lewis. What a great combo they were. Then we saw the years of J.B. Matthews, of course, and the McDonald brothers.
I mean, Cam, you still go back to the amount of yards Cam racked up in his career at CSU Pueblo is just breathtaking.
Yeah, we had that Hall of Fame ceremony last week. There, Cam McDonald, he'll be in the Hall of Fame at some point. If I have anything to say about it, and I do have a little say, 1st and goal at the 3. And they had it up the middle, and this time they submarine that play. Good defensive pressure there for Highlands, knifing his way in there. Eamon Oglesby, loss of a couple on the play, back to the 5.
Eamon Oglesby, just a little guy, too, making a good play.
Down to 35 seconds to go. Thunderbolts not in a big rush here. Trips to the left here. That's the wide side of the field. Fuller takes the snap. He's going to roll the pocket left. Fires into the end zone. Incomplete. He had Cook, and the pass just sailed a little too far out in front of him. It was kind of like an afterthought there for Fuller. Saw him late.
And threw across his body a little bit, and the ball floated. Again, Cookie's not the biggest guy out there either.
So now 3rd and goal for the Thunderbolts from the 5. We're down to 22 seconds to go here in the half. 28-7, Pack on top. Trying to answer the defensive score Highlands put up just moments ago.
This could be just a little fade route to C.K. Paulus. Single coverage.
Bring Rakowski in motion. Now he reverses. They're going to pitch it to him. He's going to pass it into the end zone. Too far. He had Retzlaff. He got it. He got his foot down. I thought he was going to go out the back of the end zone, but he got a foot in, and it's a touchdown Thunderwolves. What a play call.
You have to call Matt Morris and ask him if he needs another shot putter, because that's what that pass looked like, was a shot put.
Highlands defensive backs are saying he was out. I thought he was out of bounds. They may have to review this one. But there's confusing back there, Joe. You got the set of line. There's that
Soccer
yellow line
lines,
that
the
goes
soccer lines.
across Cowboys, and then there's the back line, which is the actual back line of the end zone. That's what fooled me.
The side judge was standing right there, though. I mean, and that wasn't a very far play, so he didn't have to move. He did not have to move. He was standing right there.
Willigan to try the extra point. Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. Comes with 16 seconds to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves answer, and they lead it now 35-7. Joe, again, you look out there for our listeners at home. Joe's exactly right. It's the yellow soccer line that goes across the back there. I saw the foot come down behind that, but then there's the white line that's another yard behind that. So it was just kind of confusing on the first look. And I think that's probably what confused the defensive backs for Highlands too. They're saying, hey, he was out of bounds. And the official kind of pointed, goes, hey, he pointed at the white line. What a play. What a pass, though, by Rakowski.
And you know, when he went in motion and went so far behind the quarterback, you almost thought trick play, but I didn't think they'd try it on their short yardage like that.
Yeah, I guess I should explain. It was backward pass.
Yeah,
he didn't pitch it. He kind of just threw it backwards. And it looked like a screen pass, but since the pass was backwards, you can pass it forward. And that's what Rakowski did. He put just enough loft on it, and, Retzlaff.
That's the target.
Yeah.
That's the one you want. Big, tall guy, good hands, able to get his foot down, in bounds.
So 35-7, Thunderbolts on top. We got 16 seconds to go. Might have been some coaches banging some doors here for Highlands, huh? Or somebody, I don't know what's going on there. I think their coaches are across the way. Here's the kick.
I think the door handle sticks.
And it's fumbled and now picked up and getting out across the 20 to about the 25-yard line.
Talk about a favorable bounce. Right to you.
So we're down to 10 seconds to go. Now Highlands have a chance for a couple shots up the field here.
They do have the wind at their back, but they're not a throwing team. The success they've had today has been on the ground. And McClellan and Bone are going to be playing center field, if anything.
It's this victory formation by Highlands.
They're calling it good.
Yep, they're going to take a knee.
10 seconds.
We'll call it good ourselves. So that's the end of the first half. Thunderwolves on top. They lead it 35-7. Ben Greenberg's going to join us here at halftime. We'll talk to him.
He is?
Yep, I told him, I go, you want to come talk? He goes, yeah, I'll talk. Well, we know he can talk, Joe.
Yeah.
He can talk a lot. So we'll talk to him here in our halftime show. 35-7 Thunderwolves on Fox Sports Pueblo.
This is Cam Jones. Football defense man, Pomona Saints.
Don't forget to visit our friends in the beer tent. We have beer, wine,
There's
and
pressure on him to go down. And that is going to be Cam Jordan. I can't stop him.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Sanchez Family Stadium. Thunderwolves on top here at halftime, 35-7. Workmanlike effort by the Thunderwolves. Close to perfection, then gave up a defensive touchdown, but then they answer with a touchdown late off the gadget play from Rakowski to Retzlaff. 35-7 Thunderwolves here at halftime. We'll talk to Ben Greenberg. That comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Sanchez Family Stadium. Thunderwolves on top 35-7 here at halftime. And joining us now, Sports Information Director at CSU Pueblo, Ben Greenberg. Ben, welcome to the program.
Hey, Jim, how you doing today?
We're doing fine. We say he's the SID, and but he's actually just our driver. And
Chauffeur Ben.
He's our chauffeur. And today we had him take us to a good restaurant spot. What did you think of the breakfast today?
It's pretty good. Spick and Span was a pretty good place. If you come to Las Vegas, New Mexico, you better go to Spick and Span. It's a pretty good place.
Well, you're kind of a connoisseur. You like to get us some good places on the road. We had the good barbecue on the basketball trip a year ago up there in Denver, and it's hit or miss. But we're mostly hits on the road.
Yeah.
We do eating well.
Yeah, it's very true. We do eating well. If there was an eating game, we would probably win that game every time, wouldn't we?
Well, tell us about your stay so far in Pueblo. It has been kind of fun for you, hasn't it?
It's been a lot of fun. I've been here since last December, and it's been a lot of fun. It's always fun to. This is a great place. It's a great institution. Dr. Polinsky does a great job with our department. It's just a great school, and a lot of good things. A lot of positive things are going on. And we're getting ready to start basketball season here. So and football season going good, and volleyball, everything's going on. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, why don't you give us a quick biography of the Ben Greenberg journey through professional life and sports information?
I started out my career as a basketball manager in college in the 90s at the University of Nebraska, so I'm kind of a basketball guy. I was a basketball guy for a long time. I got into the business world for a few years and decided I want to get back into athletics. So I started my career at Texas State University. Actually, it was my first full-time job, and that was in Southwest Texas State back in those days. That was in 2002, 3 or something. And then I started out my first head SAD job was at Chicago State Division I school, no football. In 2005, I went to Arkansas Tech. After that, I was there for 7 years. I was at Florida Southern for 5 years. We won a national championship in men's basketball there. And then obviously, I was at Webster University in St. Louis, McKendree University, and over across the river from St. Louis. And then I came here. So I've been in a lot of places, obviously.
It's kind of a checkered past. You got a lot of miles, frequent flyer miles there, Joe.
There's no loyalty there. He's just going to the highest bidder.
No, it's kind of interesting. There's lots of interesting stories on a lot of those things. I always look for my new challenges and some new things. And we had 36 sports at my previous school, and I was doing all the sports. Now I don't have to do as many here, so it's a lot better here. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm glad to be here. And ironically, our football coach at McKendree was Mike Babcock, who worked for Coach Riston. So that's how I kind of got onto CSU Pueblo and all that. So obviously, and Coach Riston then, of course, I retired, but I work with Krestoff every day now. So I like working now with him and everybody. So yeah.
Well, it could be every move. Eventually, maybe they do a Google search on you or something. They say, okay, we got to get rid of this guy.
I don't know.
Is that what the deal is?
I hope not. No, it's just one of those things. We lived in 3 different time zones. My wife and I lived in 3 different time zones. So our dogs lived in 4 different states. So we make the rounds. So I think we're done moving for a while. I think she told me we're done moving for a while.
Well, that's good. As you can tell, we get along well with Ben. We have a good time. It's a laugh riot on our drives and around, and we've had some good moments. And you're getting a good tour of Colorado, all the different scenery we've seen here just in the last month.
Yes, it was great. We went to Durango a couple weeks ago to see the leaves change, and now we're in New Mexico today. It was cold here today.
And you got to see the clips?
Yeah, I saw
Ring of Fire?
Today. That's right. Yeah, that was pretty cool, huh? Ring of Fire. Joe had some glasses for us to kind of view it, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I forgot my welder's helmet, so that's usually when we go. Out at Don's Sport Car, we've had the welder's helmet out before, and we've looked at the eclipses before. But talk about the athletic programs at CSU Pueblo. You're kind of a busy guy here in the fall, and it only gets busier once we transition to basketball.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, everybody's volleyball team plays that today at Caddo Christian. Later on today, the swimming team's in action today. Soccer's on the road this weekend. So no home events other than swimming this weekend, and we go back to next week. Football's back on the road, but everybody's at home. Soccer and volleyball that next weekend. So a lot of good things. We're getting ready to start basketball season. The women's basketball team goes to Utah on Wednesday for an exhibition game. The men go to New Mexico the following Thursday. So a lot of things going on as they start their season here in a couple weeks, and wrestling starts in a couple weeks, and you got swimming and diving going on. Cross country going to get ready to go to conference in a couple weeks. So there's a lot of sports going on, and then baseball and softball having their fall games right now. So everybody's doing something pretty much really right now. So it's been a lot of fun, but it's every day's a new challenge. I love this job because it's a new challenge every day, something different every day, and I get to come hang out there with you guys on weekends. So it's a lot of fun hearing all Joe's and Jim's stories. So
exactly
the ones we can share.
Exactly, yes, the ones that are airable, that's for sure. Well, you mentioned Dax Charles in wrestling. What are they doing about the interpreting situation? Do you have a Cajun interpreter for you yet?
Yeah, I understand him that pretty good. He hasn't gotten too mad about things yet, So I guess when he gets mad, maybe he'll get mad. Maybe he talks in some Cajun, I guess, or something like that. But no, all the coaches have been great to work with. It's a great department, great staff, and a lot goes back to Dr. Polinsky and everything that he does, and all the coaches, and it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed my time so far, and we have a lot more to go, obviously, hopefully. So yeah.
All right, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Jim.
All right,
Joe.
There he is, Ben Greenberg, Sports Information Director at CSU Pueblo. Back with more of our halftime show. Comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Sanchez Family Stadium here in Las Vegas, New Mexico. Viva Las Vegas, baby, yeah. Thunderwolves on top, 35-7. Bring your dog to the stadium day here. Well, look at that dog. Look at that face on that dog, Joe.
For one person. It's sort of like, I don't think it's literally bring your dog to the stadium, but these people said, you know what, we love our dog, we're taking him to the stadium. I'm one of those people that doesn't appreciate that. Don't write letters or text or email me or Twitter me.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I know some people who don't appreciate dogs, and kind of takes away from their experience.
Well, that dog is black and white, but it almost looks like they painted the white and they painted the black. That is a striking black and white
Yeah, it's very good
paint
contrast.
job on that face.
Very good contrast. And one of the players came and gave it a kiss during the first half, which I don't like.
That's a very impressive owner as well.
I just don't like when they do that. I don't like when they come out of the stands.
Exactly. You don't need that, yeah.
You know, that's just, it's never been my thing.
Well, here we go. Here is our thing. Halftime stats. 16-5 first downs for the Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts 108 on the ground, 194 through the air, 302 yards total offense. New Mexico Highlands 87 on the ground, 1 through the air, 88 yards in total offense. Time of possession. Here's why the most worthless stat in the world: 18-12. New Mexico Highlands. Thunderbolts only 11-48. Thunderbolts 6 of 7 on third down. That's impressive.
Well,
Only
considering they're a sub 30% third down conversion team.
Yeah, for the year. 1 of 7 are the Cowboys. They were 0 for 1 on fourth down as well. Thunderbolts 3 for 3 in the red zone. Highlands yet to be in the red zone today. Remember, their only touchdown was scored on defense. Russell, 5 carries for 73 yards. Did have the 29-yard touchdown run. Martinez, 9 carries for 47. He has a touchdown. It was a 25-yarder. For them, Mills, 12 carries for 65 yards. Jerry, 5 for 20. Fuller, 16 of 21, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked once, 189 yards through the air. Rakowski, 1 for 1. It was a big one. It was a touchdown for 5 yards. Guardiola, 1 for 6. That's the 1 yard. Jerry, 0 for 2. Retz left 7 catches, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns, 58 yak yards, Joe. Yards after catch, 49 was his long catch of the game. Rakowski, 6 catches for 45. Cook, 1 for 36, but it was a touchdown. He's got 31 yak yards. I love the yak. Mills, 1 catch for 1 yard for Highlands. And we got a couple minutes here. We can give you some defensive numbers. Nushi with 6 tackles. Bone, Pittman, and McClellan with 4 each for Highlands. Young with 6. Coney with 4. It's halftime. It's 35-7. Thunderbolts on top. They'll have the ball first when we start the second half right after this timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Las Vegas. Thunderbolts on top 35-7. They'll get the ball first to start the second half. Elsewhere around the conference today, they've moved to the third quarter. Colorado Mines leads South Dakota Mines 21-0. Colorado Mesa 55-7 over Fort Lewis. That game's still in the second quarter. Chadron State leads Adams State 16-0. Western Colorado now up 14-0 over Black Hills State. Game being played in Gunnison today on the soccer field. Oh, excuse me, on the soccer pitch, Joe. We don't want to.
It's a pitch, Jim.
You know, we assume Oliver 12-Tree probably listening to us today in Durango. They're going to be on the pitch tomorrow against. That ought to be a hell of a soccer match.
Well, and they put all their money in Fort Lewis into their soccer program. So.
And the Thunderwolves 4-0 in conference play in the RMAC soccer standings. Impressive 4-0 victory over Adams State on Thursday night. 4-0. Got to get all of our vocabulary straightened out here, don't we? Here's the kickoff.
See if this kick's useful.
Will McDaniel.
Ooh, this is a returnable.
Yeah, a chance here for the Thunderwolves. This is Pittman across the 15. Tries to cut outside and goes down to 14. First return of the year for Pittman that I can remember. Maybe he's got another one at some point, but that was kind of inauspicious, wasn't it?
Well, he lost the shoe. It seemed like he hesitated when he caught the ball instead of going.
Yeah, and then he veered, west instead of staying north and south. Always a killer. Thunderbolts moving it right to left as we're looking at it.
He lost the wheel, too. He's got to change his tire.
He's going to have to go get a new Goodyear or tire of his choice on the sideline. So Thunderbolts start from their own 15-yard line. Fuller gives it up the middle to Martinez. He's hit immediately, no gain on the play, and then he's body slammed. Kind of massaged to the ground on the body slam there. by Foliaki. Foliaki, he's a pretty impressive looking dude out there.
He's very active. He's been active all game long for a defense that has yielded 300 yards in the first half.
They gave Martinez a yard on the play. It's 2nd down and 9. Bring a man in motion. That's Rakowski. They fake the jet sweep. They give it to Martinez, and he just kind of jogs along the line of scrimmage for nothing and has to like it.
Jim, that was supposed to be that little cutback lane, and it wasn't there.
Yeah, you're trying to get the linebacker to go with Rakowski on the jet sweep action. Probably would have been better served giving it to Rakowski that time.
Just let somebody beat you to the edge right there.
3rd and 9, false start on the Thunderbolts. So this is a kind of a start of a second half you don't want, where you're just kind of sleepwalking after being up 28 points at halftime.
Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
And the penalty on the Thunderbolts, Domingo Prince II.
Well, and it kind of started with the return.
Yeah.
Nonchalant return.
The concession stand is still open through the 3rd quarter.
So 3rd down now and 14 for the Thunderwolves. Operating into the wind here in this 3rd quarter. Fuller fires it left side. It's caught by Rakowski. He's got the 1st down. Good second effort there by Rakowski. He caught it maybe a yard short of the sticks, but then powered forward for the 1st down.
Using his body. And something I never thought I'd say on broadcast. He posted him up, Jim.
He did.
He bodied him out and caught the ball and then leaned, almost lunged forward.
And a great strike by Fuller. He's throwing the ball with some authority today. First couple passes of the day a little wayward, but he's been on since then. Here's a pass to Cook on the left side, puts his head down and gets forward out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. He had Dvorak and Rakowski lead blocking for him on the play. Gain of maybe 3, I'd say. 2nd down and 7 from the 31-yard line. And they give it to Martinez. Little jab step in the lane or in the hole. Gets forward to about the 34. Picks up 3. Going to set up 3rd down and 3 now for the Thunderwolves.
I always like when they hand it to Keon Martinez in the middle because you just kind of wait and see if he shoots out of there.
Yeah, exactly. And just springs it for big yardage. Russell comes into the game on this set. Both tied into the game. Lucky Doo and Dvorak. They line up on the right side. So it's unbalanced right here for the Thunderwolves. They might bring in Dvorak in motion left. We'll see how they work it. Not they leave him over there. They give it up the middle, and Russell just puts his head down and powers his way forward for the 1st down out to the 40. And you see the smattering of applause along the bench for the Thunderwolves there. They appreciated that play.
Again, just sheer want to on Howard Russell's part. The offensive line did a good job of the initial push, but the second 5 yards was all Howard Russell.
Now they changed the play call at the line of scrimmage. Paulus is a little left. Gravano getting more and more time as he's wide to the right here in this formation. Both tight ends in the set on the right side again. They bring Dvorak in motion this time to the left side. Play action. Fuller faces the blitz, goes up the middle, and it is almost intercepted and almost caught. As jumping the route that time, cutting underneath was Massey for New Mexico Highlands, but he whiffed, and then the ball almost dropped in the lap of Paulus.
I don't think Chance Fuller saw the safety come over. It might have been the corner who was in the trail position. He had a clean shot at that interception.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 40. 35-7, Thunderwolves on top. 11:43 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Change the play call. They look over to the sideline. Double wide out right, single wide out left. That's Paulus. They give the ball up the middle of Russell. Spin. Oh, hurdles out of that tackle. Gets forward for 2. It wasn't much on the play, but it was still. He's got his dancing shoes on today.
That was a pretty 2 yards. Not a powerful, not a harder. That was a pretty 2 yards.
Oh, escapability. 3rd down and 8. Double wide out to each side this time. Straight drop back by Fuller. Here comes pressure over the middle. Caught! Rakowski, 1st down, breaks a tackle. Across the 45, down to the 43. Runs out of his shoulder pads. His jersey's come off the top of him. They're going to have to fix that. There actually might be just kind of a bandana hanging out the top. Yeah, a hoodie or something hanging out the back there. That's what it is. 1st and 10, 43-yard line of the Cowboys. Another impressive run after the catch.
And like you said, that was an authoritative throw from Chance Fuller.
Ball at the 43-yard line of the Cowboys. Play action. Drifting left, going up the sideline, looking for Cook, and it is picked off. Intercepted at about the 6-yard line. Again, the ball into the wind there, just kind of floated on Fuller and picked off at the 6-yard line by the Cowboys.
Jim, that's another chance Fuller mistake where he didn't see double coverage. The safety just watched the ball float in, and he hung it up there, and it was an easy interception.
Could be the wind that played with it, but you got to know that. You got to realize it before you launch.
Well, you got to know that coverage because that center fielder was just playing the deep third of the field and just veered over. It was an easy interception.
So the Cowboys will take over at their own 6-yard line. So the old cliche, well, it's just as good as a punt. Well, mentally it isn't.
No.
It's kind of flips the momentum of the game. See if Highlands can take advantage of it now. Guardiola is going to be the quarterback to start this first series. They've been alternating all game long, he and Jonathan Jerry. Their regular starter, Joey Cave, out today, concussion protocol. They hand the ball up the middle, and the Thunderbolts foul that all up. Big James Turrington on the tackle for the Thunderwolves with some help from his friends.
Shante Mills was looking for a place to go, and no chance.
Gain of maybe a yard on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 9. And I'm actually going to give him the 8-yard. So we'll call it 2nd down and 8. Substitutions coming in here for the Cowboys. Now the Thunderwolves will change up to match.
Going with Ramming and Scipio. Cowboys comforting when they come in, Jim.
Exactly, big dudes. Scipio lines up on the right side this time. And quarterback going to keep it. Now pitch ball's deflected. It's loose on the deck. Nushi has a chance for it. I think he has it at the 2-yard line. We'll see how they unpile here. Nushi deflected the pitch and then tried to cover it up. It's a 50-50 ball. We'll see who they rule it for. No signal as of yet. They're trying to unpile it here. I thought Nushi had the clear shot at it, but then they all dive on there. So 50-50 usually goes to the offense. And they do recover it, do the Cowboys. So Nushi unable to secure it there.
We called it a backward pass, but that was just a deflection by John Nushi. He was going to make, he almost did it all right there. Look at him. He's disappointed. Pride, Tiger Pride from Lahana.
He kind of said, I thought I had it.
Come on, Tiger Pride.
So it's 3rd down now and 14 for the Cowboys from their own 2-yard line.
I don't know who's spinning the tunes here at the Sanchez Family Stadium, but they are playing great music.
Now the Cowboys got to call a timeout. So I would think this would be immediate timeout. Let's see if they give us one here. I don't want to get caught, so we'll keep it here. They don't have their. We'll have time to get those spots in somewhere else. I just don't want to get caught here because it's a situation where the ball's at the 2-yard line. It could have disaster happen for the Cowboys.
You know, when we're on the road, we love those quick post games.
Yes. Yes, we do, to get the heck on out of here. But the Cowboys are coming right out. I think the officials deemed it. I think this is one of those situations where they don't allow a full media timeout. They actually have a rule sheet, Joe, with all that on there. I don't know if you've read it. I kind of glanced over it. And,
I've been following your lead for a long time.
Just do that,
you
right?
You read the rules, and I'll go with you.
Okay. 3rd down and 14 for the Cowboys. Guardiola, the quarterback, takes the snap. He's going to give it. Now they bounce it outside left, trying to get some opening here across the 16, out to around the 20, up the sideline, and they close to the 1st down and have it.
Jim, he just had to break the free from one tackle, and then he had 17 yards of green in front of him.
They're going to spot it all the way out across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. So he was able to stay in bounds up that sideline along his own bench. So a pickup of 21 on the play.
Yeah, Kate Foskey, the defensive coordinator is not going to be happy about that play at all.
So 1st and 10 Cowboys. 35-7, Thunderwolves on top. 8:25 to go here in the third quarter. And they run the option the left time, and Guardiola with nowhere to go there. They ran the man in motion, and instead of going underneath on the jet sweep action, he kind of veers around the backside of the quarterback, and it ends up looking like, kind of like for local viewers, the Air Force option, I guess you'd say. Just not as effective as the Academy.
But then who is?
Nobody. Man, do they run that. They look really good this year. Big game tonight with Wyoming with the Pokes. Our buddy Charles Hurley, he'll be up there. He's on that crew, that stat crew, and does a little bit of everything. He never knows what job he's going to have.
Troy Garnhart, the associate athletic director up there, good friend of mine.
Ball deflected off the hands of the intended receiver, Shante Mills. Another public. Jeffrey Orman's always up there, too, with the Academy. Does some work for him, so.
Jeffrey,
the all-time best red cap in the world.
the fur coat.
The fur coat with the Russian
babushka. He looked like Dan Aykroyd in Trading Places after he got mugged.
3rd down and 10 for the Cowboys from the from the 23. Here's pressure off the edge, pass over the middle, caught, and first down. No, they're short, and we're going to get a roughing the passer penalty maybe here.
Only because he had a couple extra, one extra step, I think. But Gary Seidenberger
We pulled up originally, didn't hit him, and then maybe got him after the fact, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know, but there are 2 flags, so they both saw it.
Personal foul, rushing the passer, defense number 44. 15-yard penalty after the run.
No, they're not going to say Seidenberger. They're going to say instead for the Thunderwolves, Micah Lutu.
I don't know that was the case. I think Seidenberger was back there, though. Don't you?
Well, he's the one that came off the edge originally, and it looked like he pulled up. And then after the pass was, it almost looked weird, like it was after the pass got completed, then they took a little shove at him or something.
Well,
trying to get away with something.
The look that Herm just gave him makes me think it was Lutu.
So 1st and 10 Cowboys out to the 44-yard line. 7:30 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves lead the game 35-7. Press coverage on both sides here by the Thunderwolves. Straight drop back, look over the middle, zip it down the middle. Ball deflected, intercepted. McClellan has it. Cross midfield, 45, cuts back against the grain. Across the 40, now up the middle, 35, 30, spins, and he's hit down there.
Well, there you go. Corey McClellan, just a nose for the football.
The old tip drill to perfection there, and the Thunderwolves get the turnover, and they have it deep in Cowboys territory. They're going to spot it either the 30 or the 31. We'll see where they put it down here. I think the umpire is going to tax it a little bit. They want to start on the even down marker, and they're going to move it back to the 31. And people, if you wonder why they do that, you see it all the time. I see it. It's for statistical purposes.
Guys, the sports writers, they used to have to do their own math.
Yeah, they want when at all possible, they want to start it on a yard line. Give the ball up the middle, Martinez. Oh, and he tripped on the turf monster there. Cut down at about the 25-yard line, just to look like he was about to break into the clear to score.
Yeah, he was tackled by the 26-yard hash. Just reached up and grabbed him.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. This time Martinez on the left hip. They give it to him again. He busts it up the middle. He's got the first down inside the 20 down to about the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 Thunderwolves.
I think we might see a steady diet of this now to get this game over with, Jim.
Yeah, just keep that clock matriculating on down, right? And now we got a flag. That looked like a snap infraction.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was set.
False start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Penalty whistled on the Thunderwolves' Tristan Rail.
Don't forget, you have until the end of the third quarter to visit the concession stand and our beer tent.
They have a beer tent here.
Sign me up. I've got my driver.
I thought I saw somebody drinking a beer out there, and I thought, they relaxed the open container laws here in Las Vegas.
So it's now first down and 10 again, back at the 23 after the penalty mark. Up play action, down the middle, looking for Rakowski, touchdown! Fuller threaded the needle that time, and Rakowski making the grab in the clear for the 6.
Jim, that time he split the seam between the safety and the corner, and Rakowski got right between them, and the ball was set on the money.
What a pass. Just a laser beam that time.
Chance Fuller again having another great afternoon.
Yeah, good bounce back after that last possession where he had that one float on him a little bit in the wind. That time, no chance for the wind to affect that one. He zipped it. Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. 6:06 to go, third quarter. Thunderwolves extended out. They lead 42-7 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Welcome back. Sanchez Family Stadium, Las Vegas, New Mexico, on the campus of New Mexico Highlands University. Thunderwolves on top, 42-7. Great strike that time from Fuller to Rakowski.
Again, it was just a straight seam route, and Rakowski split the corner, got it inside the corner, and then stayed on the inside of the safety and ran to a spot. And Fuller might have been his best throw of the day.
Yeah.
And that's saying something for a guy who's thrown 300 yards. That might have been his best throw of the day. I like when it's a timing strike like that between two defenders because you know they're going to be there.
Lion to kick it off here for the Thunderwolves. Lions, not Lion.
I like how they thought he was the biggest guy on the team. It's a kicker.
Physical kicker. Bringing physicality back into special teams.
Kyle Major was the physical kicker.
Wendell knocked this one down. Chance of return. Taken at the 8. And up the middle of the field and across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. On the return, that's Tyreek Styles Obasheri, freshman out of Antioch, California for Highlands. I didn't count them up, but it seems like their whole roster's. I mean, half of them got to be California kids.
They do, but they also have a lot of New Mexico kids. I did that earlier this week. I was just kind of checking to see. I always look for Colorado kids and then Pueblo kids, but this is definitely a New Mexico heavy roster with California influence. But that's the way it's been since we've been doing this.
Yeah, they used to have great inroads into the JUCO system there in California.
I just remember Jordan Campbell transferred from
God.
USC
Yeah, exactly.
to Highlands.
Man in motion across the formation. And they give it up the middle. And the Thunderwolves have it fouled up. Nushi on the stop.
Well, fullback carry this time.
Gain of about 3. To the 29. It'll be second down and 7. (42-7). Thunderwolves on top. 5:38 to go here in the third quarter. And I see down here on the sideline that Stephen Kroll's picked up a ball. He's going to start warming up, so the day might be over for Fuller. Probably a good move there.
Well, you got Shatter next week on the road again. It's back-to-back road games for us.
Handoff up the middle.
And I can say us because we have to go.
Yeah, we'll get our driver Ben ready to go.
We got to get Ben to get a bigger state car.
Yeah, we need a
SUV or
something bigger. Don't they have a Vidmar contract?
I don't know. They got to have something bigger than a little Camry or Corolla or whatever. And that might as well be a 2-seater.
They're a corporate sponsor, right?
Well, we have inroads with Paul Plinsky. We might have to send him an hey, Paul, hook us up with an SUV or something.
We are spoiled, aren't we?
No.
Well, it just goes to show we're treated right. That's what we like. Third down and 3.
We work for the best in the biz. That's all there is to it.
I have no complaints whatsoever. And even if I did, who'd listen?
No.
Pass out on the right side. Caught. First down for the Cowboys. And look at the stick at the end of that one coming over for the Thunderbolts. Donovan English. He's been all over the place today.
He has been great today as a freshman. Pittman came over, was in initial coverage, but I think we've seen Pittman he's much better defender than returner. I think we go.
Yeah, exactly.
You know why? Because he takes the action to you as a defender.
Right.
He goes and gets it.
Well, Donovan English, he's not a redshirt freshman. He's a true freshman.
True freshman.
Out of Rancho Cucamonga, California.
And they just activated him so we could say Rancho Cucamonga.
And they run the option play to the left side. Jerry will with the late pitch. And Thunderbolts have this pretty well defensed over there.
Well, the best was Nushi from linebacker, ran with and just blew up the quarterback as he was pitching the ball. He wasn't going to get the tailback, but he let the quarterback know he was there.
Gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Highlands has quite the variety of different size players out there. They look like they have little Bantam League players out there with some very impressive tall athletes, but they've got a lot of little guys.
I hate playing against the little guys.
And look at all the shifting we have here. Now they reset. Now bring a man in motion. Give the option, look right, to give it up the middle. And Thunderbolts blow that one up. It looked like, I think it was Jaden Franklin who got the initial hit for the Thunderbolts. They gave it to the fullback up the middle, and he got popped. Gains 2 on the play, but he paid the price for those 2 yards.
Jaden Franklin was basically over the nose right there, over the football, and just almost like lifted up and made the play from underneath.
So 3rd down and 6. Well, Jaden Franklin, he's kind of a human eclipse. No light gets around him or through him. He's a big dude. He sets right over the nose. Straight drop back. Sidearm sling. Close to the first down. Going to be about a yard short. Ball is caught by Caden Harris. He's got it at about the 49-yard line of the Thunderbolts. Going to be about a half yard short here. They mark it inside the 49, but they need the 48 for the first down. So it'll be 4th down and a foot here for the Cowboys. We're down to 1:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Thunderbolts lead at 42-7.
Obviously, you go for this, but do you stay in the shotgun? The tush push has become the play in football.
Yeah, it's in vogue, isn't it? Now they're in the shotgun, and it's Jerry, the less physical of the 2 quarterbacks. He's going to give it up the middle. Spin move, first down.
Ball came out.
Looked like it did, but I think he fell right on top of it. The fullback, Caden Walton, on the carry. Gets the first down, though, for the Cowboys, down to the 47-yard line of the Thunderbolts. So that moves the chains. We're down to 1:08 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Thunderbolts on top, 42-7. Well, I saw the Rickmans earlier. I saw a text from earlier that Rock and Company, they're up in Yellowstone this week.
Montana. They just go, don't they?
There's worse places to be. You ever been to Yellowstone, Joe?
I have.
Awesome place. Unbelievable.
So is everyone else in the world, though. It's just,
it's a little packed.
Yeah, it's just crazy now.
And a gain of about a yard, especially with the success of the television series. Everybody wants to get there. Gain of a yard, at least 2nd down and 9. Now they fudge it forward maybe about a half. We'll call it 2nd and 8 now.
We're from Colorado. We're spoiled, but one of the prettiest places I've ever been in my life was Flathead Lake, Montana.
Yeah.
Those Rockies hit a little differently up there because you're in them.
Yeah, my old childhood friend, Troy Tack, he lives up there in Montana. Big Tana, as we call it. 2nd down and 8. And motion, or is it? That's the end of the quarter. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. They didn't get the play off in time. Played 3 here in Las Vegas. Thunderbolts lead at 42-7. Back with the 4th quarter on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Welcome back. Las Vegas, New Mexico. 4th quarter. Thunderbolts on top, 42-7. Second down and 8 here for the Cowboys. They're at the 45-yard line of the Thunderwolves. Guardiola, the quarterback, trips to the right to bring a man in motion toward the formation. They're going to run the option pitch. Now throwback down the middle. And ball's up and incomplete. Looked like the receiver kind of lost that one. He was open. Ball just sailed right through his hands or behind him. I can't figure out what happened there, Joe.
You know, Keith McCaney had really good coverage, but I'll tell you what happened on that. Corey McClellan was coming with a head of steam, and that might have been a little bit of alligator arms.
Yeah, he might have. That's exactly because it just looked like he should have caught that one, and he was in self-preservation mode.
Just a little alligator arms. Corey was just bearing down.
So 3rd and 8 now for the Cowboys. 45-yard line of the Thunderwolves. 2 wideouts left, single wideout right, man in motion to the right side now. Going to roll the pocket right, fire it right, caught short of the first down. Only picked up maybe a couple on the play. They're going to mark it at the 43-yard line, so not very much at all there. It's going to be 4th down and about 6.
You know, usually you run a play like that to set up this play, whatever it is. So let's see if they, obviously they're going to go for it, but that play is usually a setup play for this.
Cowboys break the huddle. Running back lines up on the right hip this time of Guardiola. Takes the snap. He's going to roll right. Sets, fires. He's hit right as he threw it. Ball's caught, though. First down at about the 32-yard line. Good courage that time by Guardiola, standing in there, taking the shot, but delivering the strike.
And Keith McCaney in coverage, running right with the receiver, and then the receiver stopped, and Keith McCaney just kept going.
So 1st and 10 Cowboys, 33-yard line of the Thunderwolves. Pack lead it 42-7. As Joe mentioned, we'll be in Chadron, Nebraska next week. Another noon start, 11:30 pregame. Phil Vigil show returns this week after a 1-week hiatus due to the Broncos on Thursday night. So we'll be at Thunder Zone Thursday night at 6.
Such a waste of airtime last week.
It was.
Misuse, I should say.
Here's the handoff up the middle. Decent yards on the play for the fullback. That's Caden Walton. He's a freshman out of Raton.
Nate Germano, linebacker, making this play. We haven't called his name today. He's in spelling Seidenberger a little bit.
Picked up 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Cowboys. Lucas Moran into the ball game for the Thunderwolves, the Pueblo West Cyclone. They got a big win on Friday night. Now 1-1 in conference play. 5-3 overall, I believe it is. Here's the handoff up the middle. I have to plead ignorance. I just not as in tune with the high school game as we used to have to be, Joe.
Well, we used to do 2 games a night or 2 games a week every week, and now we do no games a week every week. And
they abandoned us. I kind of abandoned them. It's not fair to the kids, I suppose. I should try to keep up a little bit more.
But we still love, Chris Cotterman and Ryan Goddard.
Yeah.
And, even Jeff Wilson at Centennial. We've covered Jeff when he was at West, when he was at County.
Yep.
Tony Valdez at East.
So 3rd down, upcoming. A long 3 here for the Cowboys. Ball is at the 27-yard line. Thunder will show max pressure all along the line of scrimmage here. Looks like they're going to send the house. And they fumble the football. It's loose on the deck, and the Thunderwolves have the recovery.
Daniel Bone.
I think the Thunderwolves, with all that pressure up front, I think it hurried up. It sped up the Cowboys the way they were thinking. They were trying to get a quick handoff up the middle, and they just botched the ball handling. Didn't you get that feeling? It just looked like they were nervous.
Yeah, it was. They saw what you saw.
So Thunderwolves take over at the 29-yard line. And Bone and Prince doing a little dance down there. So that's kind of. Yeah, they better go talk to Howard Russell.
Yeah,
there's only one dancer on his ball club.
Well, and they better go talk to Nigel Mitchell and say, do not do the jump bust.
Exactly. Blow your knee out.
Yep. Stevie Kroll.
He's in the quarterback, and he runs the football right up the middle of the field. He's got a first down. That's one thing Kroll can do is run that football. He loves to run the rock from the quarterback position, and he's out to the 43-yard line.
That change of pace will break your defense. Just when you think you can sit back just a little bit, then you got a running quarterback.
So 1st and 10 from the 43. Gives it up the middle to the aforementioned Russell, and Russell gets up ticked off. He gets taken down for about a yard on the play. He saw a lot of green artificial grass ahead of him. Look at this umpire. He doesn't know. He's trying to. How much do I tax him? Okay, I'll tax him a yard. Put it back here. So that ends up being no gain on the play now, the way he put it down on the turf. So 2nd and 10. Straight drop back. Kroll sets. Fires. Caught. Rakowski up the sideline. Afterburners. Inside the 30. Breaks a tackle. Could be a horse collar there. They don't throw the flag, though. I think he just had his jersey. He's down to the 23-yard line. He's just tough to corral, Joe.
Yeah, and Jim, that might be a quick message to Zach Rakowski to not wear a hood.
That's what he grabbed him by, didn't he?
He grabbed him by the back of the hood.
Now they're trying to tuck that hoodie in.
Yeah, that's something you're just going to have to look at. Reggie Rassoff saying, don't have that hood out, man.
That's exactly what they grabbed. That's why I thought it was a horse collar, but that's what they grabbed. And they've got him all tucked in now.
Adrian Soto in now.
And he takes the pass on the left side, little stiff arm, puts his head down, and going to be no gain on the play. Just nothing there to work with for Soto. As far as receivers out of the backfield, I'd say Soto's probably the most skilled at catching the ball.
He's got good hands, and he turns his body the right way, it seems like.
So no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Thunderwolves. Kroll gets the signal from the sideline. Soto's on his right hip. Smith into the ball game to play wide receiver. The Thunderwolves. Soto's thrown for a loss here. A jailbreak on that right side, on the defensive right side.
Yeah, he got no help with any blocking whatsoever. They met him as soon as he grabbed the ball.
Roderick Woods on the stop. I think I might have said Rodwick. I had an Elmo Fudd moment there. 3rd down and 12 for the Thunderwolves.
This is about the time Stevie called his own number again.
Got a little quarterback draw.
Yeah.
Or quarterback flush, maybe. Dvorak in motion, play action. Kroll rolls. Now fires, steps into it. Hits it on the sideline to Smith. Verlis Smith, redshirt freshman out of Modesto, California. He's going to be short of the 1st down, but going to be close. About a yard short. 4th down for the Thunderbolts. I think you just go for it here.
Not gonna tempt Jacob Willings' perfect season.
Evidently not.
Well, he's not perfect field goals. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. He has missed a field goal. Missed one last week, was it? I think it was last week he missed one at home. Thunderbolts go to their version of the heavy package, check in a fullback on the play. That's Ryan Segovia. They hand it off to Soto, breaks a tackle, 10, cuts inside, puts his head down inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. What a physical run that time by Soto. He just stiff-armed the guy, knocked him backwards. That was fun to watch.
Kind of that was a want-to run. Soto's like, I want to get into the action here, guys.
So it's down to the 3-yard line.
And the coach was like, we got to get Adrian a touchdown. We got to get. He was the only one that didn't get one in Durango.
So from the gun, Soto remains the back. They give it to him up the middle, and he's hit immediately this time. Going to be thrown for a couple-yard loss back to the 5. Well, he kind of went all beast mode there on that last run. That's what I was trying to, Lynch, right? Marchand?
Just
kind of threw the guy to the side. So 2nd and goal from the 5. Like to see Soto get one in here. He hasn't scored a touchdown this year. Kroll gets the play change. Segovia remains in at fullback. Lines up on the right side of the formation. Going to roll the pocket left. Kroll pump fake, puts his head down. Easy touchdown for Stephen Kroll. Man, he has got some wheels to get to that outside, isn't he?
Not only that, he turned it up, and 3 guys went with the fullback and left the lane wide open for Stevie Kroll.
And, you know, I noticed when he comes into the game, he's kind of, all backup quarterbacks become a crowd favorite. But I think people appreciate his dedication to the craft. I mean, any lesser guy, Joe might have just left. You know, said, you know what, I keep getting passed over. My job keeps going somewhere else. But he just keeps hanging with it. And I think eventually he might be rewarded again on the backside next year.
Yeah, I think the emotional roller coaster that he's had, starter, bench, you know, he did some good things last year.
Yes.
And then he got replaced by maybe the best quarterback to ever play.
But he is an impressive runner. He's by far the best runner at quarterback. Well, A.J. Thompson, pretty good runner, but I don't think A.J. was as physical.
A.J. Thompson was a good runner when he didn't have to decide.
Yeah.
If it was just a run and you told him, A.J. run, he was okay. But Stevie's best running quarterback.
Improvisation better with Kroll.
And more.
No slight to A.J. He was fun to watch, but I think, you know, you're just pairing somebody that may be just a little bit better.
And conviction.
Yes.
Stevie has conviction when he goes.
Timeout on the field, 49-7. Thunderwolves on top on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back. Las Vegas, New Mexico, 49-7. Thunderwolves on top. Well, Jacob Willig now 38 for 38 on the year, kicking extra points.
So you said that after?
Yes.
Yes. There's no jinx.
I don't want to get caught in that.
But you almost wish you'd miss one in a game like this.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way.
Look out, hospitality tent. Kicks it into the soccer net behind the goalpost down there.
It's 1-0.
There you go.
And yes.
Does Highlands play soccer?
They do.
Do they have a soccer program?
They do. If not, they ruined a pretty nice field for nothing.
That's right. They got all those lines on there. They better.
You know, Highlands always good in baseball.
Yes,
always
and the diamond right across that beautiful field.
They're always good in wrestling.
Yep.
You've seen some pretty good Highlands basketball teams.
They've had some dynamite men's basketball teams in the past. The women,
Not so much.
hit or miss. They've had a couple decent teams in years past, but. Looks like we got another backup quarterback here, and he looked like a backup quarterback. He turned to hand it off to Air. Air is human, and Air is backup quarterback. That's Hunter Watts playing quarterback, senior out of Tampa, Florida. He turned to hand it off, and there was nobody there.
I think that's on him.
I think so.
Everybody else went the right way.
What was your first hit, Joe?
I think that's on Hunter Watts.
Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9. Going to go wide out to each side here. Watts remains a quarterback. Takes the snap. He gives it up the middle, and the Thunderbolts are right there. Looked like Josiah Sampleton on the stop that time for the Thunderbolts.
We like Josiah's family. They show up in droves with the T-shirts.
Well, Thunderbolts defensive line, that's become kind of the signature position at CSU Pueblo, hasn't it? We've had some pretty good defensive linemen come out of CSU Pueblo.
Yeah, you think of Pinnell. You think of Morgan Fox.
Yeah.
But even early in the day, we had great.
Yeah, Chase Vaughn, Darius Allen.
Yeah, Darius was okay.
Yeah, Darius was a game wrecker, wasn't he? Corey Orth, we mentioned him earlier. Here flushed out of the pocket, and they get the sack. And that's one of those big linemen wearing a running back number. Micah Lutu makes up for that personal foul penalty he got earlier in the game.
Yeah, Micah Lutu comes in. He's a redshirt freshman, I believe, or sophomore. He's
redshirt freshman,
yeah,
you're right.
I ran into him in the library one time, and he said, "Do you play football?" He said, "Yeah." He goes defensive line. I said, I can figure.
Yeah, he is out of Tempe, I believe. Yeah, Tempe, Arizona.
Who was the defensive lineman? Undersized, but he was Armac. He was all Armac early in the career. And Riston's probably going to kill me for not remembering his name. Out of Pine Creek.
Yes. What the heck was his name? Punt hits down inside the 50 and down at the 44-yard line. What the heck was his name?
And it's
John, you're probably listening. Texas.
It's killing me to. And he's one of my favorite players, but it's like so long ago. I'll figure it out. It'll come to me.
So Thunderwolves take over at their own 45-yard line. We're down to 4:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. Double wide out left, single wide out right. Gotta see the guys. Like you said, undersized was the exact way to put it.
But had a motor that was the best motor on the planet.
Straight drop back, fire it left, caught. Smith. It's Verla Smith, redshirt freshman out of Modesto, California. So 2nd down and 4. Hand off right side.
Look
and
at that.
Up the sideline. Oh, little hop, skip, and a jump there for the running back, Musa Alsafar for the Thunderwolves. He's got a different gear, doesn't he?
He does. And Grant Jensen, if you're listening, you know I love you. That's who it is. Remember?
Okay, yes, Grant. Well, he was undersized and became plenty sized. He's a guy that he embraced the workout, didn't he?
He was a great player.
He was.
You know, and that I give Grant credit for kind of starting that.
The
Pine
tradition.
Creek.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's been about 4 or 5 schools that have been really good to Csu-Pueblo, and Pine Creek's been one of them.
Pass right side, caught, and inside the 30. And, you know, I didn't get this guy. Who's 85? Joey got 85?
Cedric Tillman, our kid
Cedric
from South
Tillman,
Pueblo
thank
South
you.
High School.
I forgot to put Cedric into my roster.
And said, Dad, if your dad listened,
sorry.
You know, his dad played at University of Wyoming. I'm sorry.
And there's John Riston. He is listening. And we got a timeout. John will salute you here in a moment. 3:37 to go in the ball game. Thunderwolves lead at 49-7 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Kroll takes the snap, runs around the right side, breaks a tackle. He's inside the 20. He's got a first down for the Thunderwolves all the way down to the 19-yard line of the Cowboys. Great run there by Stephen Kroll. 1st and 10 for the pack from the 19. Give the ball to the middle. All support. Inside the 5, hurdles down to about the 3-yard line. Musa Alsafar, the redshirt freshman out of Grandview.
A.J. Hernandez with the tackle for the Cowboys.
So Thunderwolves on the verge of putting up a 50 and change spot against Highlands. Taking their time here, letting the clock run down. Play clock down to 10. Alsafar remains on the right hip. And they give him the handoff up the middle. He breaks one tackle and gets down to about the 1. It looks like they're going to mark his knee down at the 2.
Devin Cody with the tackle. Along with
so it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 2. And we hit the 2-minute mark here of the 4th quarter. Stay tuned. Post-game show comes your way next. We'll have the Rustler Implement post-game interview with Phil Vigil. And Joe told me he's going to try to search out Corey McClellan for our post-game star of the game interview. Here we go. 2nd and goal for the pack. And Alsafar bounces it outside, touchdown. Musa Alsafar into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Thunderwolves now lead it 55-7. Musa is a dynamite little running back. I know these guys hate it when I say they're a little guy, but compared to most, he's a little spark plug. But he's got a great burst. And he bounced that one outside. Runs with a little edge to him. Offensive linemen, the reserves, happy with themselves there. As well they should be. That was a good drive by the Pack. Ball's down. Kick is up, and it is good. 1:32 to go in the ball game. Thunderbolts lead at 56-7 on Fox Sports Pueblo. 56-7. Thunderwolves on top. Musa Alsafar on the touchdown run for the Thunderwolves. Here's the kickoff by Lions. He's into it. Look out, hospitality, Ted. He hooks it over toward him this time. It hits, and oh, look out! Oh, it bounced right over the top of the beer garden. And somebody stumbled out of there to go pick up the ball. Okay. I got it. So Highlands will take over at their own 25. Again, we thank John Risted for sending us the old Grant Jansen name there. Thanks for listening, John. Hope things are going well back there. He doesn't have that 3-hour bus ride in his future. He could probably head right to the Thunder Zone, where we'll be on Thursday for the Phil Vigil show. And false start on the Cowboys on the left guard. Big dude there, Kalen Bryce. Freshman out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now, stand back, folks. This guy, 6'8", 385-pound freshman out of Albuquerque. Oh, my goodness. He just got it. The center next to him is a kind of a smaller center. Reminds me of the old Jonathan Jones. Remember the old Thunderbolt, pound for pound, the strongest, best football player ever to grace the Thunderbolts uniform? Old center for the Thunderbolts. Just imagine this guy standing next to him. But you know what? The lineman I'd rather have our guy.
Sean Casey running it for the Cowboys.
Gain of a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 13. We're down to 1:10 to go here in the 4th quarter. Highlands is going to run the ball 2 more times and call it good, I think, here. And again, they give it up the middle. And Thunderwolves doing some gang tackling in there. Wild Germano in on the stop for the Thunderwolves. Also some help down low. It looked like Lutu was in there. Thunderwolves very deep across that defensive front 7. And even you go to the secondary. The defense, still probably the strength of this ball club. The offense catching up, though. They're getting better and better each week. So 3rd and 10 now. This will do it here. The last play of the game. We're down to 14 seconds to go. Hand it off up the middle. Gain of a yard, and that will do it. Final score from Las Vegas. Thunderwolves win it 56-7. Stay tuned for the postgame show. It comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Las Vegas, New Mexico. Let's go down to the field and Joe Cervi.
All right, down here with head coach Phil Vigil. Great road win at Highlands. Not an easy place to play sometimes, but a great team effort all the way through.
Yeah, really proud of these guys. Offense put every single point on the board today. Even the defense, even theirs. Goodness gracious, we got to clean some things up there. But overall, very, very proud of our team. Again, they're just buying into. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We got to come out. We got to do our job, and we got to play hard for the guy next to us. And they're doing that right now. And it's been a lot of fun to watch.
You talk always preaching fast starts, efficiency with the football. You had that today, and that seemed to carry over all the way through the entire first half.
If you let a team like Highlands in the game, they will play with you the entire game. And when you run triple option, the worst thing you can do is be down. And so we had to be efficient. We had to start fast, and we did exactly that. So proud of our offense, proud of our defense, proud of our teams. It was a complete game again, and I couldn't be more proud of our staff and these guys.
The efficiency you're seeing on offense now, running, passing, the offensive line play, the receivers stepping up. This is kind of what you envisioned coming into the season.
Yeah, I mean it's taken a little bit to get where it's at right now, and it's fun when it's all clicking and guys are doing their job. There's no doubt.
Now you're trying to get Coach Foskey a shutout on defense. Are you going to give him one today? Are you going to let him claim a defensive shutout today?
They did have a defensive shutout today. They did. Coach Chance Fuller came over to Coach Foskey during the game and said, "I owe you one." So we'll let Chance make it up to him.
Well, there you go. A quick look. You celebrate for 24 hours a win like this and get ready to go on a rough road trip to Chadron.
Yes, sir. We got another rivalry game this weekend, and excited to get to Chadron and keep growing. That's what I'm proud about this team is they keep getting better. Every single week they keep getting better, and that's the goal. We got to continue to get better. The results take care of themselves. Focus on being present and getting better as much as you possibly can.
All right, congratulations, Coach. Grab Corey McClellan, that kind of knows for the football. Second interception today. We just asked Coach Vigil, does the defense get a shutout today?
Oh yeah, defense got the shutout. They only got 7. You know the answer to that.
Yeah, we talk about the defense. You faced some juggernauts early, but you kind of stayed with it, and now this defense seems like it's just playing fast and free.
Yep. Yeah, hey, in the beginning of the season is when we're our most raw. So as we go throughout the season, the better and better we get. Just hopefully getting ready for to have the opportunity at the playoffs. So we're getting better and better each week.
You and D-Bone are these old guys now on this team, and you're playing with all these kids, these true freshmen, young guys, redshirt freshmen. What's it been like to kind of bring these young guys along?
Man, it's awesome. Very, very talented group that we've been recruiting the last couple of years. I'm really excited for this team. Obviously, this year is my last year, but they have a very bright future ahead of them, so it's awesome.
You gonna let them know what going to Chadron's all about?
Oh yeah. Oh, they already know. They already know it's a little rivalry going on. We got to take care of business.
All right, go enjoy the victory with your team. Jim, thanks. Back upstairs.
All right, thanks, Joe, and thanks our guests, part of the Rustler Implement post-game show interviews. Come back, we'll have the highlights for you. That comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Las Vegas, New Mexico. Thunderwolves win the ball game 56-7. Aaron Kinnischtzke has compiled all the highlights of today's ball game. Thunderwolves got off to a quick start. It was cookie time. Elite breaks the tackle, though, across the 30, 25, 20, up the sideline, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Andrew Cook.
There's your yards after catch, right there.
Good yak yardage there for Cook, 35 or 31 as a matter of fact on that run. It was a 36-yard play. Extra point was good. Thunderwolves, they go to the run to get their next touchdown. From the gun, Ford takes a snap, gives it to Martinez, and he's in. He walks it into the end zone, touchdown. Easy money for the touchdown for the Thunderwolves.
You don't want to say that was too easy, Jim, but Keon Martinez made it look too easy, that's for sure.
Extra point was good, made it 14-0. Thunderwolves weren't done in the first quarter. Pump fake now to Retzlaff over the middle, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Thunderwolves. Post for me now. And we're referring to the goofball linebacker for New Mexico Highlands posing the play before, and then Retzlaff burns him for the touchdown. The extra point was good, made it 21-0 at that point. Thunderwolves then would go to the ground for another touchdown. He's got the first down and more, breaks a tackle inside the 10, puts his shoulders down, tiptoes down the sideline, touchdown! What a run!
Fred Astaire, Howard Russell.
Tippy-toe, tippy-toe, tippy-toe. It was an incredible run up the sideline. It was just the way to describe it was Fred Astaire was perfect by Joe there on that call there. Highlands, though, would get on the board with their defense. He's got the first down and more, breaks a tackle. Oh, no. Looks like the computer might have crashed on us there on that return there. It was a scoop and score for New Mexico Highlands. Guinness on the 46-yard fumble return. Extra point was good, made it 28-7. Thunderwolves, though, would bounce back. They'd go to a gadget play for their next touchdown. Pitch it to him. He's going to pass it into the end zone. Too far. He had Retzlaff. He got it. He got his foot down. I thought he was going to go out the back of the end zone, but he got a foot in, and it's a touchdown, Thunderwolves. What a play call. My apologies there. I got fooled by the yellow soccer line in the back of the end zone. He had just enough room to put it down in there. It was a pitch play to Rakowski, and Joe, it was kind of a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and Zach Rakowski, not only did he catch one, he threw one today, and he's becoming that little weapon that we knew that he would be.
Extra point was good, made it 35-7 at halftime. Thunderwolves, though, would get a spark on defense to start the second half.
Ball deflected, intercept. McClellan has it. Cross midfield, 45, cuts back against the grain, across the 40, now up the middle, 35, 30, spins, and he's hit down there.
Well, there you go. Corey McClellan, just a nose for the football.
Our star of the game interview coming up with the interception, which would lead to this score.
Down the middle, looking for Rakowski, touchdown! Fuller threaded the needle that time, and Rakowski making the grab in the clear for the 6.
Jim, that time he split the seam between the safety and the corner, and Rakowski got right between them, and the ball was set on the money.
What?
Probably, as Joe mentioned, probably the best throw of the year by Fuller there as he threaded the needle. Thunderwolves would get one more touchdown. This time it was the backup quarterback.
Roll the pocket left. Kroll pump fake, puts his head down. Easy touchdown for Stephen Kroll. Man, he has got some wheels to get to that outside, isn't he?
Not only that, he turned it up, and 3 guys went with the fullback and left the lane wide open for Stevie Kroll.
And Musa Alsafar would get a touchdown late for the Thunderwolves. Too late to make it into our highlight package. Musa will make it up to you somewhere down the line. Score again earlier in the ball game, big fella. 56-7, final score. Thunderwolves defeat the Cowboys. We thank Aaron Kinnischtzke for compiling the highlights throughout the afternoon. We'll come back. We'll have the numbers for you. It comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Well, Joe Cervi, we still got action down here on the sideline.
It's funny to watch these guys get with their families after games.
A little celebration time. Good on you, Braley. All right. Final numbers for today's ball game. Thunderwolves 27 first downs, Highlands with 10. 202 on the ground, 308 through the air, 510 yards total offense for the pack. 121 on the ground, 37 through the air, only 158 yards for New Mexico Highlands. Time of possession, that's not up to date because it doesn't add up. But it was in favor of Highlands. Doesn't really matter. Third down conversions, Thunderwolves 9 of 11. Highlands only 4 of 14 today. Fourth down conversions, Thunderwolves 1 of 1. Highlands 1 of 2. Red zone scores, Thunderwolves 6 of 6. Highlands never ventured into the red zone today. Russell, 8 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown. It was a 29-yarder. Martinez, 14 carries, 64 yards, a touchdown. He had a 25-yard run, his longest of the day. Alsafar late in the game, 4 carries, 33 yards, a touchdown. Also 15-yard was his longest run. Kroll, 3 for 28. He also had a touchdown. Mills, 14 carries, 89 yards. Not a bad day for the Highlands running back. Watson, 8 for 21. Jerry, 7 for 16. Fuller, 20 of 27, 1 pick, 247 yards, 3 touchdowns. Was sacked once. Kroll was 5 for 5. Kroll's continuing to amass amazing numbers this year. I think now on the year he is 20 of 24.
Yeah, pretty efficient.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good work when you get in mop-up duty, and he's playing a little bit more than mop-up duty at times. He comes in and runs that package for the Thunderwolves. Guardiola, 4 of 11, 1 pick, 24 yards. Jerry, 2 of 5, 13 yards. That's got to be job one for Highlands on their recruiting trail. They got to get a quarterback somewhere down the line. Rakowski, 10 catches, 133 yards, and a touchdown today. Retzlaff, 7 for 92, 2 touchdowns. Cook, 2 for 40, a touchdown. Smith, 2 for 17. Jimenez, 2 for 14. Stiles, Ocheri, 1 for 9. Jerry, 1 for 8 for Highlands. Nushi had 9 tackles today. Bone with 7. Pittman 6. Turrington with 4. Coney with 9. Young with 8. Looper 5. Simley with 4 for Highlands. Final score, Thunderwolves win it 56-7. Back with a scoreboard, and we'll wrap things up right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to Las Vegas, New Mexico. Thunderwolves win it 56-7. Elsewhere in the RMAC today, Mines leads South Dakota Mines 38-22. That's in the fourth quarter. Mesa over Fort Lewis 62-7. That's a fourth quarter score. Third quarter score here, Chadron State leads Adams 30-7. Game in Alamosa today. Western Colorado at halftime leads Black Hills State 28-6. Those are your finals from the RMAC. Here are the final scores with the big boys today. Michigan over Indiana 52-7. Florida State over Syracuse 41-3. Ohio State defeats Purdue 41-7. Georgia over Vanderbilt 27-20. Penn State leads UMass 28-0. That's late in the first half. Wild one in Seattle. Washington now trailing Oregon 15-14. 6:22 to go in the second quarter there. A&M over Tennessee 10-7. That's the second quarter score. Also second quarter score, and this is a wild one. Kansas leads Oklahoma State 25-24. First one to 60 might win that game. And Utah leads California 17-7. Notre Dame and SC later tonight. Air Force in action later tonight against Wyoming. CSU will be in action tonight against Boise State. It's homecoming up in Fort Collins. Miami and North Carolina later tonight. Missouri and Kentucky as well. Duke and North Carolina State. UCLA and Oregon State. So a lot of good action to watch tonight. No baseball today. Playoffs resume tomorrow. Houston and Texas. Down in Houston, game 1 of the ALCS. There, the National League gets underway on Monday. All right, Joe, final thoughts.
I apologize to Zach Rakowski. Our player of the game. Well, Corey McClellan, his second interception. The defense posts a shutout.
Well, I have a feeling Zach will be with us on Thursday.
Yeah, and, Zach Rakowski catches 133 yards worth of balls and a touchdown and then throws a touchdown. CSU Pueblo today averaged almost 9 yards of play.
Yeah.
Offensively. That's a model of efficiency, and everybody who suited up today got to play. And a shout out to my just one of my favorite kids is Cedric Tillman. I've known the Tillman family my whole life, and it's great to see Ced get a touchdown or get a catch today.
All right, our next action of Thunderwolves football will be next Saturday. We'll be in Chadron, Nebraska. Always fun to go up there to the mini Black Hills, almost to the Black Hills there in Chadron, Nebraska. To see all of our good friends up there. It'll be a 11:30 pregame show, 12 noon kickoff right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. Remember the Phil Vigil show? I almost called him the Phil Riston show. The Phil Vigil show on Thursday night brought to you by Rustler Implement. We also thank Rustler Implement for sponsoring our coach's interview at the end of the game here today as well. That'll be at 6 o'clock from the Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House on Thursday night, 6 o'clock right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. Thank Ben Greenberg, Sports Information Director here at CSU Pueblo. I'll cut up that interview we did with him at halftime. I'll get that posted here later on this evening. We thank him for joining us and all the hard work he does throughout the week. Paul Plinsky is the Athletic Director. Thank everybody here at New Mexico Highlands as well. Aaron Kinnischtzke has been our producer and engineer. It's great to have Aaron back on board, and he's got everything straightened out with that little board there up there at the iHeart Studios. Things are working smoothly. We thank Aaron for all of his hard work. My partner is Joe Cervi. My name is Jim Brooks, reminding you one final time here today, Thunderwolves win it impressively. They knock off Highlands 56-7. Until we talk to you Thursday night from Highlands, from Las Vegas, New Mexico, Jim Brooks bidding you good afternoon.